Yes. You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
Trip Morning Show, Friday, April 24th of 2026. Caleb Banks is a Minnesota Viking. Remember we talked about that yesterday a little bit. Remember that?
Yeah.
If you read between the lines yesterday. Talked about that a little bit. Caleb Banks.
Yeah, the voice of the Vikings started talking about it on Monday.
Is that right?
And, here we are now, man. Yep.
There's Chris, there's Sauce, I'm Corey, there's Zach. Mr. Zian a little bit. No Creasel today. But Marnie later, Daniel and Taylor from Love is Blind later.
Hell yeah.
Tommy's so pumped.
Is he calling in?
He might. He just might.
Man, good for him. Yeah, man. It's going to be sweet. I thought I like the pick from last night. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, wow, I didn't even think of that, even though PA mentioned it a bunch. And then I looked more at it. Have you guys, and I'm sure you have, Hogs, because you were texting me about it last night.
Of course.
Have you seen his highlights from 2024? He's a machine,
That's
man.
all I watched all night. I haven't been to bed yet.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I was doing my analyses.
What were your thoughts on it?
He's big, dude.
Yep.
Great launch.
Yep.
Big first step.
Yep.
Giant set of nuts.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm telling you my analyses.
Oh, yeah.
He read into it.
I read into it. I spent the night.
He did some research.
I love it. I think it's great. You didn't have an inkling? Because you said you weren't big on Thieneman. So I was like, well, maybe Saucy had somebody telling him, now you're wrong. That ain't the way we're going.
Well, I think the thing that I have learned over the past, 15 years, whenever you hear something brought up by PA,
Oh, yeah. Right.
it's got to be good. And when he kind of poo-pooed the Dylan Thieneman bit, but took him an our mock draft and then spent the rest of the time not talking about Dylan Thieneman.
Said Thieneman with a smile and said, for the purposes of this, I'll take Dylan Thieneman.
Right.
Didn't seem very confident that was the pick.
Was Caleb Banks still on our draft board?
100%.
Okay,
yeah. And then he mentioned a bunch of times how you have to trust the medical staffs of this thing. And which was another indication that he was pointed in the Caleb Banks bit. And
he referenced that Dylan Thieneman is the safe pick when you might want to swing for a home run pick.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is. It's a huge swing. And that's why it's getting, honestly, universally panned. It's getting destroyed,
Crushed.
saying they reached too many injuries.
I mean,
he's a huge dude with too many foot problems. It's just not worth it. You could have gotten him way later. All that kind of stuff. This is why I like riverboat gamblers, though. Right? Is if you pick a guy like Caleb Banks and he absolutely flames out with injury problems, then everybody reaches up and goes, I told you so.
Yeah.
And you say, you're fired or you're gone. But if he's a 7-time Pro Bowler, it's a genius gamble. So they pushed all their chips in the middle and said, we trust the medical staff. We think this is going to hold up.
You know what?
But the fans are not happy.
What I'm really happy about this morning, and this sounds terrible, but it's the truth. Thank God Kwesi got fired. Because if he had made this choice last night, the world would have ended.
Oh, yeah. Ryan Donaldson might have driven to TCO.
Completely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
People have been like, there he goes again.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, Kwesi arguably would have traded up for Caleb Banks.
Yeah. Yep.
And given up the rest of our draft.
We traded our number 1 draft pick for 9 7th-round picks.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah.
But don't you think this, people are panning it right now. The world would have gone nuts. Vikings land would have gone crazy if Kwesi had made this pick.
Oh, nuts. Yeah. There would be, Oh, yeah. People would be furious
Where
about
did Kwesi go work?
San Francisco, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That is correct.
Okay.
So if you look at the people who are analyzing this pick that actually watched Florida football and actually know the history of Caleb Banks, everyone says when healthy, this is a top 5 to 10 talent. He's a machine, like Sauce just said. He's got all the moves, all the strength, all the athleticism, right? Freak athlete for a guy that's 6'6", 327. That's a huge bitch.
He is. ...
But he breaks the same foot every 6 weeks.
Yep.
He only played in 3 games last year. Can't stay healthy. The guy's gigantic. He's going to have constant foot problems. What are we doing? So,
yeah, I mean,
it's a gamble.
The Bleacher Report gave it an F.
A lot
said
of
he was
places.
the 60th ranked player on our board. Even like the video that the Vikings posted, you hear Daniel Jeremiah in the background go, wow. And then Rich Eisen, being the host and being good at what he does, goes, explain that, please. And he said, he was my 51st ranked player on the board.
Because of injury
concerns. And as you just said, Cor, everything is, if he's great, it works. If it does work and he has no more injuries, it's going to be, he could be a dominant football player. If like you said, if he played all last season and didn't just play 3 games and didn't have these foot concerns, I mean, you could argue he might be a top 5 pick. That's how good he is. I was also informed last night from a outstanding source that the Carolina Panthers were going to take him at 19. So you take that with whatever you want.
Yeah, and that's the only thing I will completely defend the Vikings on is when it's like, well, we could have got him in the 40s or 50s or 60s. None of us know that, right? Because mock drafts are not reality. And like you said, what if 2 or 3 or 4 teams in the next 5 or 6 picks were all over him? So you couldn't trade back 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 and get him. And also, like, you have to find a partner, right? Maybe nobody else wants to come up to 18 to get anybody, let alone give you an opportunity to trade back. It's just not that easy, but yeah, the whole, well, we reached. Maybe you didn't, but you still gambled. Even if you could have theoretically moved back 5 spots, the gamble would have been the same. Sure, you would have squeaked out, maybe you grab a 3rd round in exchange to slide back. If you still were going to take Caleb Banks 5 picks later, the injury gamble is exactly the same.
Well said, Corey. Yeah.
So it either works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
And how about Thieneman stays in the division? So if you were wrong on Thieneman, much like when the Kwesi, wheeling and dealing gave Jamison Williams to the Lions and we moved back and swung and missed on Lewis Seen, and Jamison Williams is legit when he's healthy and not gambling. Now it's like, all right, you passed on Dylan Thieneman. We need a safety. If this injury concern bites us in the ass and Thieneman's the next, big time safety, he's in Chicago for the next decade plus. Great.
Yeah, that's
better be right.
He could have gone anywhere, but a division team.
Mm-hmm.
It's also interesting because now with pick 49, 82, and 97,
only if she's 5'3".
There are a lot of players that are down in that, like Colton Hood, I thought would be a 1st-round pick. I mean, I don't think there's any chance that they would then come back if he's there at 49. Take then the Gerard McCoy, the Tennessee, because then your first 2 picks have major injury concerns. I don't know if you'd do that, but there's a ton of talent now that the Vikings could get at 49. The Stooks guy, the Arizona safety / cornerback, would probably be there at 49. So tonight's going to be fun as well because they have some needs to fill. They have 3 picks tonight, which will be outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Did you hear that their number 1 focus for round 2 is Kenny McCormick?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He has some significant injury concerns.
He dies
that guy honestly always
Yeah.
gets hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's sad.
Always.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wile E. Coyote is on their draft board.
Yep.
Yeah.
John Creasel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. They think medically he's cleared.
Yeah.
What, really?
Yeah, they think it's going to hold up. They think he's going to be just fine.
They're going to try to draft both the Wet Bandits in the 3rd round.
Not a bad combo. That's not bad. That would be a good pick.
That's all the often injured people that Google came up with for me.
Brilliant.
I guess those guys get injured a lot, but they do fight through it.
They fight through it, though.
They don't stop robbing.
No, I mean, Daniel Stern in the second one gets electrocuted, and he just kind of brushes it off and
I will
moves on.
still
Big deal.
say the worst injury of them all is dude getting his head burned.
Yeah.
You don't
Twice.
live through that.
Well, I mean, he didn't move.
He stood
Yeah.
there and
He just stood there
said,
and
"Ow."
screamed, which is just not a
Ow.
human response.
He just stood there and took it.
Yeah, that movie is
Ow.
just so unbelievably unrealistic. It really pissed me off. A plus. You guys know what's going to happen, right?
We're
He's-
going to do the radio show.
No. I mean, in the future.
AI is going to take over.
That too, but I was talking football.
Oh, I'm so
They're going
sorry.
to fire more people.
Probably. Oh, no, you mean here? No, I mean football for the Vikings.
He's probably he's gonna go into camp, and he's gonna be looking great, and then he'll break every toe on his left foot.
100%. That's what I
Yeah.
was going to say.
Yeah.
I know.
He's going to have a dominant camp. He might even, when he plays in the preseason, might have a game or two where like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And then maybe like walk into the grocery store. He's going to break his foot and he's going to be out for the year.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's going to come in here to play the initials, and Marnie's going to high five him and break every bone in his foot.
In his foot,
Yeah. And
right.
you're gonna be like, how did you
It'll
break him?
reverberate through
Yeah.
his entire skeletal
Right.
system and shatter his toes.
Shadoobie.
Oh. Yeah. I think he said the injury that he got at the combine was, quote, a freak accident.
Well, stop freaking out.
Yeah, man.
His dad, Adam, was a hell of an athlete like 30 years ago, too.
Yeah,
by the
his
way.
dad was good.
Yeah, I like Joseph A.
Yeah.
Great
Paul, you
uncle.
do one.
Wasn't his like great grandpa president? Or wait, no, that's John Adams. Never mind.
Dear God, what just happened?
Well, who's
I don't know.
Adams?
Did you just break your foot?
I think so. I think I
Where-
broke my brain.
Where did Adams come from?
I don't know.
Why
Yeah,
did
his
you
name's
think,
Banks.
Did you think his name was Adams
no,
for a
but
moment?
yeah,
I did
then you
Adam
said-
Banks.
yeah,
he did
that-
Joseph
that-
A.
Oh,
Bank.
okay, thank you.
That threw me off. The Adams thing. When you said Adam Bank threw me
Yeah,
off.
from Mighty Ducks.
No, I'm
Yeah.
well aware who
Then how
it
did
is.
you get to President John Adams?
I don't know.
We're doing bank jokes and they're amazing.
Here's the other one.
Joseph A. was,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought right on the nose.
That
I mean,
was
there are
good.
people in their car that are upside down in the ditch and not upset about it because they laughed so hard
Right.
that they feel like it was worth
They
it.
Tiger Woods their SUV. They were gut laughing so much.
My great uncle pissed all over himself.
Yeah, well, classic hockey.
Had nothing to do with the show, by the way.
Oh.
Just wanted you to know.
Poor buddy.
Well, he's old.
Well, what about
his uncle's sperm?
Yeah.
his
You do one.
brother Huntington?
Okay.
That's a terrible name.
That's okay.
I mean,
It's
at
not
least
bad.
At least it fits.
How about those
Doesn't matter.
Timberwolves?
Wow.
I watched every second of it after Caleb Banks got drafted. And by the time I flipped on the old TV, I think the Wolves were up 20-9 when I started
Yes.
watching. Monster start, and it was absolute domination the rest of the way.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it, it wasn't Ant, it wasn't Randall, it was
Rudy!
Jaden McDaniels, Io DeSumo, Dante DiVincenzo, and Rudy. Those four stole the show.
DeSumo?
You can say it either way.
Oh, okay.
Arrivederci.
Yeah. The sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
Yep. You do one.
DeSumo tires.
The Sumo Tires?
Yeah.
Is there a brand
What does
I'm
that mean?
unaware of?
Isn't there like a brand like?
Maybe.
Yeah. They used to sing about Birdman. Used to sing about it.
Do you sue more if you fall off your roof?
Michael
No, 'cause I'm-
Keaton's used to sing about the sumo tires.
Yep, you are correct. Brilliant.
Did you have a stroke last night?
No.
You're on the injury report.
Would you like
I
to have
fell
a stroke
asleep
right
at like
now?
1:30.
Yeah, can we have the Vikings medical doctors clear you?
Yeah, could we break your toes off your body?
Sure. No, I do not fall off a ladder because I have gutter helmet from my friends at gutterhelmetmn.com, and I don't need to worry about my gutters getting filled up. Never clean your gutters again.
You know
Gutterhelmetmn.com.
what happens
Make
if you fall off your roof? You know what happens once in a while? You break your foot.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's a freak accident.
Yep. Unless you've had it happen like 7 times in the past. Then it's
Yeah.
just like what you are.
President Adams?
President Adams.
I'm not smart.
Duh.
Well,
Caleb Banks. All right, they gambled.
we got a new
Fans hate it.
Viking. We got a Timberwolves giant win, but I've got a story that tops them all
Oh, no.
when we come back. And it's not dirty this time.
Unbelievable. All right, Power Trip Morning
Revenge
Show.
of the Elephants.
After this on The Fan.
Shopping for your
Let's hope it works. I mean, all of us that are skeptical, and again, I don't know anything about Caleb Banks, and I haven't looked at his medical history. I don't know what they cleared. They say it's good to go. They think it's going to work. I had never heard that name until like 2 days ago, and I've never seen him play. I saw the highlights last night. He looked like a beast. Let's hope it works.
It will.
But man, the general consensus is that this was a, quote, gamble. But if any show should stand behind a gambler, it's this one.
You know it.
Yeah.
Let's gamble.
And for their part, like Brzezinski, it didn't sound like he thought it was a gamble at all.
No.
None of this you can just look at in a vacuum. So as we're analyzing Caleb and we're stacking our board, we just stack the board based on the way we see the talent. And you're analyzing everything and including everything. And we just felt really comfortable where he was on our board. And the board fell, and he was the best player on the board. And we took him. It was pretty easy.
You know, he's right, because you look at it in a vacuum. I looked in my vacuum. All I saw were cat hair and fingernail clippings.
Yeah, and a few other things.
No, that's all I found.
Human fingernail clippings?
Good question. I can't confirm.
Just curious.
I'm not sure, because I know I don't trim my fingernails.
Yeah.
Right, you do like the rest of us. We just chew them off
You
and
damn
eat
right,
them.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
So,
Makes
do you ever
nervous.
chew your own nails and then eat them?
No, not my. No, not
Not
my
his nails.
No.
No,
He
he
eats boogies.
eats his own boogers. That's
He
why I
does
wanted
eat
to
his
know
Not
if you.
anymore.
No, not
Not
anymore.
any
It's
less.
been weeks, but still, I just wondered if you
been
were a
days.
fingernail eater as well.
I mean, no.
Have
They're-
you ever swallowed a fingernail or a toenail?
Maybe on accident, but
How do you do that on accident?
You ever,
I don't know.
was it yours?
I mean, that is a tale as old as time.
Would you chew the foot of Caleb Banks and eat his toenails if it guaranteed his long-term health?
Yes.
Guaranteed it. He never would have a foot problem again if you just ate a couple of his toenails.
Like, were they picked? Like, were they off his feet, or would I
Yeah,
have
they're
to-
clipped. They're clipped.
No.
But they're immediately clipped and then fed to you by a lovely maiden.
If it meant he was at full health for his whole career,
Whole career.
yeah, because that would benefit all of us.
It's got to be 10. So it's one from each toe.
Man, that's a lot. Can I eat them all at one time?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, if you want to.
Can
you
I
put a little milk
chase
in
them with something?
Sure.
Chase them with like your dogs.
It has to be after they've been swallowed. So you
buddies?
can't like wash them down with Mountain Dew. You got to eat them, swallow them, and then if you want to have something else immediately afterwards, that's fine. Yes
I mean,
or no?
if Mel's in, I'm in. Yeah, yeah.
Mel
yeah.
Kiper or Mel Gibson?
Both. Well, Mel Kiper was not in on
What
this.
about-
No one
He
was.
savaged it.
Everybody
Did he really?
savaged it.
Yes,
oh,
he
yeah.
savaged it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody
they're
said it's a
savaging it
gamble.
Because they think they could have gotten him in the second round or something, right?
Well, I think.
and maybe they don't know, right?
I mean, as I was told, there was a team behind them, either trading up or it was Carolina. I don't have specifics that would have taken him. I think if Lieber brought up, I think it was this week on Monday, maybe you move back from 18 to 28. I don't think he's still there because when you look, if you watch his 2024 highlights, he's dominant. Dominant. He's a great first step. He's the biggest need the Vikings have as defensive tackle. I wouldn't even be shocked
bitch.
if they took one again at pick 49. If Texas Tech's Lee Hunter is available, I wouldn't be shocked if they took one at 49.
Oh, like President Hunter.
Yeah, like President Hunter, yes.
which
correct.
leads
No,
me to my
wait.
story.
No, that's
No, it was
wrong.
John
Oh,
Adams.
yeah, your story.
Never mind.
My story. I have a story. I have a story for you.
John Adams, what an idiot.
I have a story. Art thou ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me take you to Africa.
Thanks,
and the
Tony.
story
Mm-mm.
of a millionaire U.S. big game hunter. I said game.
Oh.
Phone's ringing. Tommy, call back in an hour and a half.
75-year-old man, millionaire, U.S. big game hunter, owns vineyards in California. His name's Ernie Dacio. He's 75.
Ernie Dacio.
Vast collection of exotic animal heads in his trophy room, which I can see in this picture. He was being guided through the Gabon, African game forest, by a professional hunter whom he'd paid 30,000 francs, which I looked it up, is
A lot of hot dogs.
40,000 United States dollars. He'd paid this big game hunter $40,000 to guide him through the Gabon. Ladies and gentlemen, they were on the lookout for an animal by the name of a dwarf something or other. A diker. That's what it's called. I didn't make it up.
What kind of animal is that?
I don't know.
Never even heard of that.
Duiker. Or a dwarf forest buffalo. He was looking for little things. Instead, he found accidentally.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a weird looking animal.
Yeah. What is that? It's an antelope.
Yeah.
Instead,
It's cool looking.
he and his professional hunter stumbled upon not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 mommy elephants and a baby elephant.
That's a huge bitch.
And those 5 elephants said, "Are you messing with our baby?" And before they could answer, they stomped him to death.
Both of them?
The big game professional hunter guy got away with injuries, but it was only described as this. Well, it says, I want to read it right because it's a great line. I would rather not go into detail, but it's safe to assume his death was quick. They stomped his ass. And I am not in favor of the death of a lot of people. And, you know, he had the legal right to go over there and kill big game. But those elephants didn't like it. And there is a picture as you scroll down in the story of him laying beside an elephant that he hath killed at one point. And I think that 2 things. He paid the professional hunter $40,000 to lead him into the forest. The elephants paid $45,000.
Brilliant.
They were on the lookout for a vineyard owner. Number 1. And number 2, you should see how great the mounting that these elephants had done and put in their cave of that old 75-year-old vineyard owner. He looks lifelike.
Yeah, good for him.
He looks like a very thin version of a hunter.
He also, you know, they wanted to catch his final moments. So he also looks a little bit like a sex doll because he seems to be extremely surprised that he's about to get stomped.
Yeah.
You know, we mentioned just a couple of days ago that, quote, legendary Spanish Matador that was anally gored.
Yeah.
Suffered immense pain. And we
By the
said
way,
basically hats off to the bull, right?
How is Al Gore's aunt?
He's fine.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Anally gored.
The Matador survived, right? Unlike elephant stomp guy.
Yeah.
I've never heard this phrase ever, but apparently this is the thing.
Yeah.
That Matador got sphincter reconstruction.
Oh.
There was somebody online that said, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you never think you're going to get, you know, rectally gored by a horn.
Yeah.
And the comeback was, you do if you're a matador.
Right.
Yes.
It's the most
chance.
likely profession to get rectally or anally gored almost to death.
Completely.
Like today, is it possible? Calm down. Is it possible that I have that happen? Is it 0%?
It's not 0%.
It's not 0%. Is a sports talk show host in Minneapolis anywhere near the top of that list?
No.
I would argue it's close to the bottom.
No.
Probably.
Close to the bottom. What's number 1? Matador.
A Matador, yeah.
Number 1 with a bullet.
Yeah.
Getting stomped to death by 5 random elephants. Also, almost 0.
Yeah.
For me today. So close. It's not 0.
Almost.
So close to 0 that the chance that I get stomped to death by an elephant today is almost 0. Not if you're just wandering around, you know, parts of Africa looking to shoot stuff.
Blessing
That's the
rain.
most like, right.
Yeah, if
you're blessing rain.
Well said, Hawk.
Thank you.
Man, it's too bad this guy wasn't anally gored and then stomped to death. Am I the only one that was cheering for that?
Well, I don't normally cheer for deaths, but I will say this, sadly, one of the elephant broke their foot.
Oh, no.
And you know what that elephant's name was? Joseph Outbanks.
Yep. I think he's going to go 49th tonight.
One of the elephants that stomped this vineyard owner to death, you know what his name was?
What?
John Adams.
I knew it. How did I know it was going to be Johnny Adams? Johnny Adams seed.
Not President John Adams, Elephant John Adams.
Yeah.
I'm not
Actually,
smart.
I think his name was Taft.
John Taft?
Yeah. He was an
The
elephant.
guy that did the NBA theme sound
That's
from
right.
Round Ball Rock?
That's
Great
right.
song.
But,
We all stayed up too late last night.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
We all did.
and you know what's crazy is I knew the Wolves were going to win. Why did I stay up and watch it?
Yeah.
Although, if anybody's listening that was up at the end of the game,
Hey?
when the Nuggets took their starters out, but then the backups for a second cut it to like 12,
Yeah.
am I the only one that was like 3.5 minutes ago going, are we going to piss this game away? Like, at what point do the Nuggets starters go back in there? For just a second, it looked like Chris Finch and the Vikings. Chris Finch and the Wolves thought, oh, this game's over.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes,
they're
they
only
did.
down 12 or 13, and there's 4 minutes to go.
Well-
sure, Murray and Joker on the bench. The Nuggets have waved the white flag, but the reserves aren't. They're jacking up threes and hitting them.
In
Correct.
a strange
Dicey.
circumstance, Wembanyama was anally gored.
What?
Wasn't zero.
How?
It wasn't zero.
I know. He wasn't as low on the list as you were,
No.
but still doesn't play for either team, does he?
Man, tough. No, he doesn't.
Okay, sorry
You're
about
thinking
that.
of the Joker.
By the way, check this out. I just Googled this. The Matador headlines.
Yeah.
Spain's, quote, greatest Matador was gored by a bull in comeback from retirement.
Yeah.
Talk about the all-time regret is this dude was retired.
Yeah.
Considered maybe one of the greatest Matadors of all time.
Yeah.
Legendary
Yeah.
Spanish Matador. I think I'm going to come out of retirement. Really? Can't hang it up. Well, best of luck, buddy. Anally gored.
That poor bung teaser.
And the guy's name was Larry Adore.
Oh, come on. Was it?
Yeah. Had a great uncle named Matt.
You guys want to know what the Spanish Matador's name actually was, or don't you care? Because his name's kind of funny.
Yeah, of course.
Please.
Calvin Coolidge.
I get it.
Front page sports.
That's your name, isn't it?
I didn't do it right? How does that work?
That's your name, isn't it?
Front page sports. When we come back, this is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.
Find
Like, that wasn't her birth name, right? Tipper Gore?
I think.
It's got to be a nickname. That can't be her birth name, right?
Her real name is just a Tipper.
Mary Elizabeth Gore.
Yeah.
Known as Tipper.
Yeah, that's a real rich person's nickname, isn't it?
Tipper?
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like a country club name. Paul, your hands up. 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no, I certainly would.
Yeah.
I would guess she is a danger on the dais and a wicked witch in the bedroom.
Wow.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm saying.
Why don't you know what he's saying?
I know what he's saying.
Understand my sayings?
I know what you're saying, man.
In August of last year, multimillionaire U.S. big game hunter Asher Watkins was brutally gored to death by a buffalo at a casino, which is the strangest thing because he thought he'd hit a giant jackpot because somebody was saying, "Buffalo!" And he turned around and said, "Yes!" Right as he was gored in the anus.
Oh, no.
By a buffalo. The Cape Buffalo, known to hunters as Black Death, charged him from a blind spot at 55 mile per hour and impaled him with his horn.
But not at the casino.
Sure.
Oh, this is at the casino.
Yeah.
So, like, when he won the jackpot and the casino person came over and paid him.
Yeah.
Did he tip her? God, I got back there.
You
Well
did.
played. Well played.
Tipper Gore.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who's not named Tipper? Rosie.
Jeez. Arrivederci, Bill.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Do you remember when he tried to give me the nickname Tipper? Rosie did, because he said I wouldn't stop saying it.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, Tipper. He's like, no. I'd be like, Tipper.
Yeah.
No.
I know. You were like, she just rubbed your body down for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I would be like, Tipper. And he's like, why do you keep saying that? That's your new nickname. I'm like, that's not going to stick, buddy.
That's not going to work,
No.
buddy.
Front Page Sports brought to you by our friends at Holiday Station Stores. Buy 3 monsters for just $8 for a limited time. Mix and match any flavors you want with our friends at Holiday. Go get some energy. Monster Energy. You can get some donuts, too. They got good donuts. They got good cookies there in the morning.
Oh,
They got breakfast options all over the place. And then get some Monster Energy at Holiday. All right, we talked a lot about Caleb Banks. We'll get a lot more information on him as the show goes on. And obviously, the fan has you covered all day with draft coverage.
Yeah, man.
But right after the Vikes picked at 18, a lot of us flipped over to the old Wolves game. They had already built an early first quarter lead, and it got better. Not only did we dominate all 4 quarters, they did a couple of things against an unbelievable offensive team, the Denver Nuggets, one of the best offensive teams in the NBA. Held Denver to 11 points in the first quarter. I believe that's the fewest points the Wolves have ever allowed in a postseason quarter.
I think you are correct.
That's what SI.com said. And held Denver to a season low 34% from the field. All season long, the Nuggets had not shot that poorly. Now, you could say, well, they missed shots. Yeah, almost always, though, that's because you're playing good defense. It's not like they're missing wide open shots. They missed a couple of wide open shots, but they also had contested shots, and I freaking love playoff Jaden.
Oh, he's so good.
When he basically picks up like Jamal Murray just behind half court and says like, good luck, buddy.
Good luck.
And sometimes he gets kind of like lazy, cheap fouls, but more often than not, he just annoys the hell out of people like Murray.
Yeah.
And mostly shuts him down. He played awesome defense. Io was unbelievable. And Rudy just frustrates the crap out of Joker.
Yep.
Man, speaking of gambling, right? The Rudy gamble paid off.
Yeah.
Think of how badly that was ripped at the time. No, again,
Well said,
I could
Corliss.
give you 50 examples of gambles that we ripped at the time, and they were just as bad as we thought.
Yeah.
So we don't want to do just revisionist history or, results-oriented discussions here. This Caleb Banks pick is a gamble. Rudy was a gamble. I thought it was worth the gamble at the time. It paid off.
Yeah.
I don't know if this one's worth a gamble at the time because I don't know anything about Caleb Banks.
You know
But
what
we'll
was
see.
a gamble? Mooning that buffalo.
Yeah. The Black Death. Isn't that what they called it?
Yep, that's right.
Hawk, you were all for the Rudy trade, right?
Completely.
Yeah.
I know he's got a bad foot, but
No, that's the other guy.
okay.
Jaden had 20 points. Again, insane defense. Io had 25, and most of those were layups.
Yeah.
because he just is a machine. He drives to the hoop. Denver, apparently, Jaden McDaniels is right. Denver can't stop anybody.
No, they cannot.
So, man, when the Wolves were going downhill last night, the Denver Nuggets did almost nothing to stop them. No Aaron Gordon, though, for Denver. That was huge. Got a calf injury.
Oh.
We don't have to apologize for that, though.
No.
The Wolves at one point led by 27 points. It looks like they have Denver's number. Let's hope that's the case when Game 4 is tomorrow, 7:30 in Minneapolis. Game 5 in Denver, Monday at 9:30. That sucks. Rudy on the Joker said, quote, he's the greatest offensive player I've guarded in my whole career, just trying to enjoy the challenge.
Well said, Rudy.
And
Very well said.
Kicking ass.
Yeah.
303-405-1100.
Hang on, let's figure this out. Say that again.
303
Yep.
405-1100.
Why? Okay.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
I have Denver's numbers.
Oh, that's Denver's number.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You said they had Denver's number.
Oh,
303.
That's right.
Is that the number to like
That's
Denver
the main
City Hall?
office of
That's the main office.
of the Denver Nuggets.
Oh,
Balls Arena.
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
Yeah, that's my underwear.
Oh. Yeah. That's Zach's car.
No, mine's Ball Center.
It's like a lot of us said when this series started.
A lot of us said this, Corey.
Mainly me.
Oh,
People
God.
get pissed
Are
'cause
you-
we say it all
Are
the
you
time.
paraphrasing me again?
No, I'm paraphrasing me.
Oh, thank God.
This team is built to beat Denver.
In what way?
Well, the Rudy bit, the Jaden McDaniels, all those, they were put together because at the time when the GM came over here from Denver, he put this team together because at that point, I think they'd won a championship. They were the best team in the West. They were built to beat Denver with height and athleticism. And that's exactly what they have. And they had it when they had Carl and Rudy, but now they have, Rudy and Jaden, and they just torment that team. If they don't win this series, it's a damn shame. Because everybody thought maybe they'd come out a little flat last night after all the trash talking
They
they've
got run
done.
over by elephants.
Yeah. Oh, are they okay? And but yeah, they showed up. The crowd was into it, and they dominated that team from start to finish.
All right, Game 5 tomorrow, 7:30 in Minneapolis. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
The Vikings took Caleb Banks with pick 18 in the first round. He only played 3 games in 2025. He just broke his foot in like March. I think was it the Senior Bowl? Something like that. So it was something like a month and a half ago, broke his foot. Now, again, the doctors say he's going to be up and running way before the season. But still, he's had multiple injuries to this exact foot. I believe he has broken this foot multiple times. So he's 6'6". He is 327.
That's a huge bitch.
And when I heard him talking about him last night, they were saying like he used to be a wide receiver. He was a tight end.
Yeah,
like
Pete said that.
when he was younger and thinner, he was super athletic. So now that he's 6'6", 327, still has that explosiveness. And again, if you watch his highlights, and I hadn't until yesterday, he does look like he's kind of freakish when he's healthy. But again, I just think this is the only take to have is they gambled on his health. Now, obviously, they are doctors. They know what they're looking for. That doesn't mean they're going to be right long term because things happen. Right? You're still gambling.
All our guy yesterday, PA, when he sat down in this chair and started talking about who the Vikings were going to take at 18, he mentioned multiple time home run picks. And if you're going to hit home run, you got to swing. And this is exactly that. They could have taken Mekhi Lemon. They could have taken Dylan Thieneman. They would have been safer picks. Maybe those guys will end up being really good players. But if this works out, they took one of the best talent players at one of their biggest needs.
So I think the question that I asked PA yesterday about, well, if you're talking safe pick versus home run pick, and you have an interim GM that we don't know whether or not he has a good chance, great chance, or bad chance of being the GM. We don't know if Rob Brzezinski is going to be the guy or not, right? Is he the kind of guy that's more likely to gamble or not? Because what does he have to lose?
Nothing.
And his point, PA's come back to that, was basically, well, this has always been and is still a collaborative effort that KOC has some say. My guess is on a pick like this, Flores has a giant voice saying, I could use a kid like this. So I don't know if this necessarily it makes or breaks anything for Rob Brzezinski. And like I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, they're going to find a GM before this kid ever hits the field. So it's not like Rob's either going to be validated or be proven wrong. They're going to either give him the job or not give him the job way before we know Caleb Banks is a bust or a Hall of Famer, right? That has nothing to do with whether or not they're going to give Rob the job. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Unless he breaks his foot today.
Man.
Right? If they're like, let's say the rest of the draft goes pretty well for the Vikings on paper. They kind of get the guys that they were targeting. And on Monday, the Vikings are like, that was kind of smooth. That went really well. We should give Rob the job. And then he gets a phone call, and it's like, well, Caleb was walking down some stairs today. Didn't even trip, just stepped on a step and shattered his foot like Mike TV in a million pieces. And he's out for the rest of his career.
You ever stub your toe so hard you want to die?
Yes. 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 Stubbing your toe is the worst.
It's top 5.
I have a handful of bar stools downstairs in my basement.
Dave Portnoy's down there?
No, not Barstool Sports, just actual bar stools.
Big Cat?
And you know how often I accidentally kick those steel sons of bitches when I don't have shoes on?
Don't you just want to kill everybody?
Yeah. And of course, it's my 62-degree basement. Guess who was down there with me?
Nobody.
Nobody.
No
so
one is.
I just look around and I'm just MFing myself like, God, you stupid F.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's Caleb Banks today, this thing's over.
Yeah.
It's all over. It's like, you have to guard his foot like David Duchovny guarded his hand in Zoolander.
Yeah. Can we put $1 million insurance thingy on his foot?
Exactly. So, if he breaks his foot again, we get 3 future first rounders.
That'd be
Didn't somebody
great.
do that to their anus?
Yeah, that Spanish Matador.
Yeah. He's collecting.
You're I think you're talking about
He's collecting horn.
Yeah, he is. I think you're talking about a former Howard Stern guest, I think, did that. I think it was one of the ladies that he used to have on all the time did that.
Jeez.
Really?
Yeah. The one that was in that 500 video.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you've seen that.
Tipper Gore?
Yep, correct. Yeah, well said.
God, I did not have a reference to former Vice President Al Gore's wife, Tipper Gore, on our bingo card today. And she's been mentioned, I believe I had Baker's dozen times already, and it's 6:20 in the morning.
Yeah.
Who just happens to be in town for the Wolves game.
Yeah. Oh, she is?
She can't believe it.
Tipper can't get enough of Nas
Yeah,
Reed.
she's sitting in Rosie's seat.
Yep.
Well, he's in Tuscany.
Yeah, he sure is.
Unless he's gone somewhere else, but I haven't seen him say arrivederci to Tuscany yet, so my guess is he's still there.
What a dork.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
I do. He's the best in the world.
But he's such a cartoon.
So Common every year does the mocking the mock draft, right? Where they have 32 rubes call in and make sarcastic picks, right? And it's just always the inside jokes.
Yeah.
I don't know what number it was, but somebody in the 20s called in and said he was so close to drafting Chef Giancarlo.
Yeah, that's who if I had called in, that's exactly who I would have taken.
That
would have
must
been my
your favorite. I've never heard that they do that. Bit. That's brilliant. That must be your favorite.
That
bit.
would have been my first pick as well. I think, a couple of people took Mark Rosen himself, the great one, Mark Rosen. But Chef Giancarlo almost was a late first round pick.
That's great.
I mean, the guys, theoretically made the greatest meal Rosen's ever had.
Did you hear that guy retired after it was over? Because he's like, I guess I've done it.
Yeah.
Can't top this.
Good luck getting into Spoon and Stable again, Rosie.
Tall dork from America loves my food.
Tall dork from America.
Chef Giancarlo gets told by Rosie to his face, this is the greatest meal I've ever had. I'm going to post this picture on Twitter. And Chef Giancarlo goes to Twitter and he goes, wow, the guy was telling the truth. He just said, this is the greatest meal I've ever had. Man, I'm so proud of myself. And he sat there for 24 hours. And then the next day when Rosie got to Tuscany and he's like, no, this is the greatest meal I've ever had. Giancarlo's like, son of a bitch.
You lied to me.
I'd rather get gored anally.
Yeah. Wow, your mic's on.
Enough of this cooking. I'm going back to Matador. Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Mr. Z for a couple of seconds when we come back because he's got a movie he wants to talk about. Then we'll do What Really Matters after this. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan.
For more information about
Our trip at Grandview Lodge next week, April 30th and May 1st. Join us Thursday night for fun and prizes. Then tune in Friday morning for the live broadcast and initials game. Book your stay at KFAN.com, keyword Grandview.
Yeah, man. We got a brand new Viking. We'll go to talking movies in a moment, but quickly, his name's Caleb Banks. He's a huge dude, a big old nose guard defensive tackle. He talks about that foot injury everybody's worried about.
Just taking it one day at a time, you know what I mean? I'm getting better, getting healthy, so I can go out there and perform when that time comes. So I'm feeling good, feeling great. Just got a CT scan. CT went well. So everything's going forward. Good going forward.
Well, let's hope that's the right answer. Paul, your hands up.
Hawk, before we get to Mr. Z, will you start this song over, please?
Are you about to do some acting?
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
It was always a surprise.
We'll thank.
It was like working with 60-Second Dan or whatever his name was.
10-second Tom.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll thank all the police officers today.
One of us. Damn thing's frozen. Ain't got any iced tea.
So good.
Sauce, what does Caleb do with his money?
He puts it in the bank.
What does Caleb do with his money?
Gives it to Mr. Z. Goes to movies.
Caleb
One of
Banks.
us.
Caleb Banks. Mr. Z joins us every Friday to talk about films. And this week, Mr. Z
Is dead.
hung up on me.
Yep.
Call back. That
He
rude.
was laughing at the True Superstar bit.
Yeah.
One
I
of
thought
us.
the show was over.
Gone too soon. It's one of Gurgie's favorite bits.
Oh,
Thing's frozen.
Oh, yeah. Gersey did it the other
One
day
of
while
us.
doing Fan 5. He just goes, one of us.
One of us is the best.
Yeah, thing's frozen.
One of us.
One of us.
Hi, Mr. Z.
One of us.
Hello,
here.
There we go.
You're what?
There we go. Now we got him. All right, Mr. Z. This week in films, it's one of your favorite things is the gap on Rotten Tomatoes between the critics and the audience score, because the Michael Jackson movie, Michael, which I believe was named by Diana Rossini, 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, 96% audience score. So the critics think it's terrible. So far, the fans think it's pretty good. Your thoughts?
Yeah, well, it was so predictable because I don't remember if I talked a little bit about it, but I wanted to see Michael. I was nervous I wasn't going to like it, and it was charming and it was entertaining. And it's true, it's not super deep or groundbreaking, which is kind of the main thing the critics don't like about it. But I was entertained, and when we get to the point where he's writing Billie Jean, and you forget you're like, if you're a big fan of pop culture, it's almost hard to remember that somebody wrote Billie Jean, somebody wrote Thriller, and came up with the video, and it's just fun. It's fun to watch somebody create something. It's predictable because two reasons. One is, if you really read a lot of the negative reviews, they say, hey, there's nothing new in here. It's a bit treacly, but it's entertaining. And that's rotten. Of course, Rotten Tomatoes, that's a big slam. If it's a C+, that's not rotten. Where in the old days, Ebert, who is the king, would have said exactly the same thing. He just said, hey, there's nothing new here, but dang it, I was charmed and I enjoyed myself. But that would be a negative. So Rotten Tomatoes gives it was at 18% at one point, and it's shaking my head because the reviewer should have the skill to say, hey, it wasn't for me, but I watched it and I get it. I get there's going to be people who like it. Not me. They don't have that skill.
How was the actual?
But anyway,
how was the performance of the guy that plays Michael? Was he
And is it true it's
convincing?
Mel Gibson?
What? Do you have any audio?
Yep. Here he just finished filming Thriller.
Wow.
Oh man, he was pumped. Again, nothing new here.
No.
Yeah, he
One of
was
us.
good. The dad, I forgot his name. The guy who plays Joe Jackson, really good.
Is that Coleman
and
Domingo?
what a jerk!
I know.
Yeah.
He was I know
great.
he's in it. I didn't know who he played.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. You get it. He just a bad dude, and so So if you want to go out and Hollywood is starting to learn that. You watch news all week and you're hearing whatever, everything's negative and work is hard and if everything's hard and you get out on a Saturday or whatever. Maybe we don't want to watch more depressing. Maybe once in a while we just want to go out and have some popcorn and enjoy it. And so that's why that's why it's at 96% from the people, because that's what people kind of like sometimes, is just to be entertained for a couple hours.
May I ask? I'm sorry.
Also,
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want it to be a spoiler, but can you tell me at what point in his life does the movie end?
It's pretty clear that there's another part coming.
Because there's some stuff.
And I don't think it's a spoiler or anything, so I'm just going to say, if you don't want to hear, but it's shortly after the Pepsi incident with the hair.
All right, there you go.
Is where we're going, and so that's where we're going. And so it's pretty clear that there's going to be another part, which is probably going to end up being a little darker. Whereas it's fun to watch them recreate the Jackson 5 and going to the Apollo, and Michael, you forget his voice when he was 5 like that, singing, ABC or whatever. You're like, God, these guys were really good. It was entertaining, but no, nothing new under the sun.
Okay, got it.
All right, is this supposed to do well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be big.
It depends, big is, and I know I throw a lot of dollars out there, and sometimes people, the reason I use box office dollars, that kind of reflects what the average people, we're looking at $70 to $80 million opening weekend. And for, a biopic, that's pretty good. That's better than the Queen movie or, the Elvis movie or whatever. So, people have been waiting a long time. Not everybody, but there's a large group of people who've been waiting a long time to kind of celebrate once we get past kind of the documentaries and all that stuff, to just remember. So that's a very good number for that movie. If it can do 70, it did $12 million on yesterday for opening previews.
Geez.
That's a lot.
It's interesting because people always poo-poo the idea that $70 million, whether or not it's a good movie or not. What's a bigger determining factor of whether or not there's another edition of the movie made than how much money it made it to the box office? That's really the only number that matters.
Yeah, it is. It is. And those numbers, it's true. And it's true also that the numbers are different. You say, well, in 1970 tickets got this. So I don't necessarily use it to compare movies across time and era, but it just kind of shows that how many people want to see the movie, rather than whether it's a good movie or not. And again, when I say good, we have to define good, because the critics are defining good by lighting and directing and writing and groundbreaking culture, and people usually define good whether they enjoyed it or not. So we're almost having two different arguments about whether it was quote unquote good.
All right.
So box office is a good way to show that you can make a great movie, but if nobody wants to see it, who cares?
All right, nothing else coming out this weekend, essentially, except for Michael. Is that right? Give or take?
Yep, pretty quiet. Yep, till Double Wears Prada 2 is the next quote-unquote big movie after that. So
Doc and I are going.
You can't wait.
All right, appreciate it, Mr. Z. Thanks, man.
You bet. Thanks later. Bye.
It's
Mr.
weird.
Z.
He mentions Devil Wears Prada because did you know Meryl Streep was initially cast to play Michael Jackson?
Oh, really?
Yeah, she can do anything.
But she didn't want to do back-to-back movies.
She was afraid of the part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets problematic.
One of us.
Yeah, the sex scene with Bubbles was not going to be pretty.
What?
I'm glad you said Bubbles.
Wait, that's in the second one?
Yeah.
Mr. Z said it gets dark. Mr. Z said via text yesterday to me, I believe it's May, I think it's next month, 20 years he will have been on the power trip.
Is that right? That's crazy.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, that is weird. I think we might have met him down at Block E. Does that sound right? I can't remember how we met him.
Was he your Block E connection?
No, I think he just emailed you.
That might have been, yeah.
I think it was years before we actually met him.
Yeah, I'm sure you're probably right.
I think he just called in for the first handful of years. I don't remember the first time I actually met him.
He couldn't say who he is because his job, he would get in trouble for saying, so we had to call him Mr. Z.
Yeah,
I love
dude.
Mr. Z, yeah.
He's a good dude, man.
He's a super nice guy.
Great kisser.
Oh, really?
What Really Matters is brought to you by Ovo LASIK and Lens. Go get LASIK from Dr. Mark Lovenoff and Dr. David Whiting. OvoEye.com. Get LASIK from Ovo LASIK and Lens.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. We talked Wolves. We talked Vikes. We'll do that again in the next segment.
Wolves?
Yeah. Game 4 of the Stars and the Wild is tomorrow at 4:30 in St. Paul. The Stars lead that series 2-1. So you have both teams playing tomorrow night. The Wild and Stars at 4:30, and then the Wolves and Nuggets at 7:30. So unless the game goes to overtime or double overtime, won't be an overlap.
Oh, good point.
Right? There we go.
Are you going to both?
Going to both.
No.
It's available to everybody. Papa?
I'm going to neither.
You should have seen the text exchange Sauce and I had last night.
Yeah, you were devastated.
Well,
Shh.
Papa.
I said,
Papa.
we never had this conversation.
Papa, can you hear me?
But what really matters is this.
Yeah, you're right about that, buddy. Do you know that our newest draft pick, Caleb Banks, is he's now a professional football player. He's a total of 3 months older than Abigail.
Right.
That's crazy. He's 23 years old, man.
Do you remember when we had Jared Allen on that one time in Sauce? We realized that like Jared Allen and Sauce were essentially the same age. And
they were like days apart.
Yeah. And Hawk, I believe you famously said, wow, Sauce has done nothing with his life.
Yeah.
Right?
Zero.
Because comparing the two of them, but think about this. You just said Caleb Banks and your daughter are about the same age.
Yeah.
She has 0 career tackle for losses.
None.
0, yeah.
0.
But I'll tell you that, much better feet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how many times has she shattered her foot?
None.
0.
Yeah,
0.
0.
I haven't talked to her today, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
Caleb Banks.
Yeah. 23 years old. Went to Louisville for 2 years, then went to Florida. Grew up in Michigan.
He's one of us then.
Yeah.
On social media yesterday, he was saying that Canes catered his draft party.
Is that right?
Yep. I believe my wife thinks I paid for it or that I got it for him for free.
Man, like, I think a lot of the guys in the first round had, like, Canes hats on. Did you provide all that?
Well, no, but think about that. Now their wives believe, we get Canes for free for life. So now Caleb Banks and I are basically the same person, although I've never broken my foot.
It's almost graduation party season.
Oh, I know. The checkbook's out.
And you know what
It's
pisses
time to
me
go.
off, dude? You know what pisses me off? Mel Kiper was pissed because he heard Canes was at Banks's at his party, and he's like, of course he's got a cane. He breaks his feet all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, would you please, Mel, go home?
Yeah, Mel
Take a deep
savaged
breath.
that
You
pick.
love Mel.
I love Mel Kiper.
Jr.
Yeah, Mel Kiper should be in the NFL
You've got
Hall of
Mel.
Fame. The NFL draft isn't what it is without him.
You're right about
When
that.
he first had all that information, they laughed at him and were like, no one would ever care about all this information.
Yep.
Here's what he wrote.
About Caleb Banks?
Yeah. Big time reach for me. Banks was number 62 on my board, the biggest stretch of the night. Sure, there's a reason to believe this could work out for the Vikings, but Banks can stop running backs in their tracks. He gets enough interior push to be a factor in the pass rush. He moves well for 6'6", 327 pounds. But he's been dealing with a foot injury for a while, and he had surgery at the combine. A lot of risk here, even if Banks is healthy and is at his a lot of risk here. Even if Banks health, even if Banks healthy.
Yeah, sorry, reading's not easy.
No, it isn't for me.
What is this, your Twitter? 9 hours ago, you tweeted, if Caleb Banks is healthy, he's an all-pro talent. If he isn't, that's a massive reach. No joke, he may have been there at 49.
Yeah.
I was wrong about that. He would not have been there at 49.
No.
You know what I've always thought about, and I have always thought this, and you guys tell me if you think I'm wrong. Like Mel Kiper, I agree with you. Like what he did for the draft, it's exciting, it's fun. But if he was really good at his job, wouldn't some NFL team pay him billions of dollars to come in and lead their draft room?
That is a good question. Yep, I think you are correct.
Because I don't think he probably makes a lot of money doing 1 day a year, right?
Oh, I bet he makes a ton of money.
Not compared to what they would pay him to work for an NFL team, do you think?
But I think at some point in his life, ESPN Plus, it's now, or whatever it was before ESPN Insider, was basically something you had to pay, you paid for so you could get all of his mock drafts.
Right.
And I would bet he got a little bit of piece of that.
Good.
I mean, I bet he's made millions of dollars in his life.
Good.
Millions.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, more of what really matters when we come back. Marnie should be here in about 30 or 40 minutes. We'll play initials at 8:15. Daniel and Taylor from Love is Blind Season 8 will be here. And I guess Daniel's a big fan of this show. So maybe he has hot sports takes. Maybe he is a
Taylor's a big
maybe.
fan too. Maybe she's a big fan.
And we might have a guest phone call about 7:50.
Can't wait.
Who is it?
No one is more excited about Taylor and Daniel being on the show today than Tommy
my gosh.
Olson.
Yeah, he loves
He is
it.
Oh, that's so great.
bummed that he can't be here, but he wants to call in literally just to say hi to him because he can't believe they're on the show.
Yep.
And I cannot wait for, even if it's a 2-minute phone call, to see what Tommy whips up.
Whoa.
That's maybe a poor choice of words, knowing what
Very.
he normally whips up. More of what really matters after this on The Fan.
Dylan will be there July 6th. Motley Crue on August 21st. Santana and the Doobie Brothers on August 27th. All the details on all of our upcoming shows on the concert page at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
Oh, that lady fell.
She's excited for the calendar, the concert calendar.
We
Sounds
welcome them.
Yeah. KO is very excited about going to Banks.
We use the extent of the process that we can. We feel very strongly about not only Caleb, but how we've evaluated all the prospects in the draft from a medical standpoint. It is important that we expect Caleb to have a big time impact in 2026 and beyond, and we wanted to feel good about that.
Yeah, well,
let's go.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
I think you got to trust him in this sense because they didn't wing that. They weren't like, oh, that guy has feet problem. We'll take him, right? They put a lot of effort into him. I think Alec Lewis's article on theathletic.com is an outstanding breakdown of how they got to this, to how they got to picking Caleb Banks and how they've done a lot of due diligence on him. They sent their defensive line coach down there to meet with him, so they aren't winging this.
It didn't matter if they took Dylan Thieneman or Makai Lemon
or Dusty Mon
or Caleb Banks, right? This is an inexact science.
Jack Lemon.
And they can do all the due diligence in the world, right? If he was 100% healthy and never had a foot problem, they could still be wrong. If he has a history of foot problems like he does, and they still do everything medically to make sure that it looks like he's going to heal up and he's going to be fine, they still might be wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Or they could be right. It's almost like we don't know yet.
Yeah, it's like we don't know. Correct.
But I would say this. Mark this down. Friday, April 24th, 2026 at 6:51 in the morning. My name's Corey. You heard it here first. I think there's a really good chance that Caleb Banks is healthy and has an unbelievable career with the Vikings. But I wouldn't be surprised if the injuries limit his career arc. So just remember that I said that.
When
I'm right.
What time?
What time did I say it, or what time do you want me
What time did you say it?
Like 6:51.
Incredible.
Wow. You got it covered, man.
I just want people to remember that I say things. It's all I have in this life. Seemingly.
I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't think of this until I got an email from a listener right now. Could you go back to Corey on the camera, please? On KFAN.com.
Oh, no.
I'm going to be self-conscious about something for the rest of my life now.
No, it's not you.
Oh.
The iHeart logo behind you looks like a butthole with butt cheeks. I mean, it just does.
Yeah,
it looks like a butthole and a big slab, set of slabs, and maybe a little ding-dong there, too.
Yeah.
It looks like a sexual thing going on behind you on the screens.
You don't ever need to take a Rorschach test. I think you just passed.
Yeah, I think we know
The guy
what
from
your issue
Welcome
is.
Back, Cotter?
Brilliant.
Sure. Let's do more of what really matters, scores and stats
Come on,
around the world of
references.
sports. And then in between, they're up to
I
date.
got to get some references.
Watch
That's brilliant,
new
though.
things.
Yeah.
Okay, look. If you were listening a segment ago when we were talking to Mr. Z, and we were talking about the movie Michael, and I said, Diana Rossini must have named this movie.
I didn't get it.
And you were like, I don't get that joke. Man, this thing continues to spiral out of control. Just when you thought, all right, there's like the owners' meetings and stuff, and there's people in Arizona. Maybe Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel are telling the truth. It was a whole bunch of people hanging out. Maybe those photos are just putting them in a bad light. Well, now every photo that's come out since makes it look worse and worse and worse. And of course, she's like, I'm resigning. I don't need to deal with an investigation. And he's like, I need help. I'm going to counseling. The big bombshell yesterday is there are photos from 2020 of them looking very cozy together in a bar in March 11th of 2020 at a New York City bar.
It was 3/11 day.
It was 3/11
Well,
day.
they were celebrating.
All of us should have been celebrating 3/11 day 2020.
Yeah.
I probably was, not with an NFL reporter, but I'm not an NFL coach. However, everybody on social media pointed out the timeline is terrifying because if they have been hooking up for 6+ years, she has a son born after that named Michael. And I believe there was a post or a tweet like after her son was born, something about wanting to name it after, who knows, not after Vrabel, but just like, so people are going, can you imagine?
Oh, no.
What if this kid was truly named after Mike Vrabel? And also, Diana Rossini's husband looks a little bit like Mike Vrabel, which means the kid does. So now everybody's like, please, Maury Povich, would you get some DNA samples from both? Can we prove that this might be Mike Vrabel's kid? And she literally named him after the dad. Yeah. This is nuts.
Nuts. Insane.
Well, can you imagine if Diana Rossini's oldest son was named Vrabel Rossini?
Yeah. That would be insane.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, that's
Rossini's husband.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The kid's name is Michael, as in Mike Vrabel.
Yep. Here's Diana Rossini's husband after finding out that news story broke.
This is not my day. Oh, poor
let's say 0% of that is accurate in terms of the naming the kid after Mike Vrabel, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's say they get pregnant and Rossini's husband's like, hey, my grandfather's name was Michael. The name Michael means a lot to me. What if we name the first kid Michael? What if Diana's like, this sucks. I'm sleeping with a guy named Michael. I'm always going to, connect the two, that I was sleeping with Michael, even though you named it after your
What?
You just got to go, is there any other family member we can name this kid after?
Do you have a Don or a Pete?
Did you have a childhood dog that you liked? Can we name him Scrappy?
Yeah, can we
Rossini?
name him Muppet? Yeah.
Right.
Oh, no. Do you know the kid's full name is Michael Childress Sabin?
No.
He's got 3 first names.
Wow. Brad?
There were people saying that, her firstborn son is Michael Rossini. The second one is Sean McVay Rossini. Because I believe there's some Sean McVay rumors from Washington as well with her. We got to check out all of her kids' names at this point. She's having a couple of terrible weeks.
I got to name a joke
Terrible
I'm going to
weeks.
say, but I'm afraid it's too far. I'm gonna.
Just tell us.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't say that one.
Probably not, right?
No, I wouldn't say that. No. Your mic's on.
There's a lot of other
My name is Mike Zahn.
safer
Daddy?
jokes.
Papa!
Yeah.
Okay, all right, hang on. I screwed that up.
Peter.
I screwed that up. Almost everything I just said is wrong because apparently her first son is not named Michael, according to people texting in. It's Rosen Rossini.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's not
sounds
Michael.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It's the best meal I've ever had.
Best meal I've ever had. Thank you, Chef. What is it, Giancarlo?
How did everybody yesterday during mocking the mock draft not just take him every time?
32 selections
32
of
times.
Chef Giancarlo.
So good.
Okay. What really matters, though, is this.
We have a listener down in the studio, or waiting to come in. All right, cool. We'll be right down to get you, buddy. It's my turn, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was dealing with the microphone being on and me getting fired. Did you know that the average piggy has 16% body fat, which is much leaner than most people?
So pigs are ripped?
They compared to humans.
Damn.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So is the bacon the ripped part or the fatty part?
I bet it's the ripped part. I don't think bacon ain't fat. Well, there's some fat on bacon.
Whatever it is, I
half of
don't
it
care.
is.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Bacon's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Bacon is good.
God, we got good takes.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
I love bacon.
Those are hot bacon takes.
Yeah. Bacon.
We both approved of the concept of bacon.
But you eat microwave bacon.
I eat all kinds of bacon, but the most consistent bacon I eat is the stuff from Costco.
Which is microwave bacon.
Who cares?
Remember that dog
I
that
ain't
loved
got
that
time for
bacon
that.
on that commercial? That's all he wanted in the whole wide world was bacon.
Yep.
They were giving him bacon strips. And he's like, eat me.
Your
Give me
mic's
some real
on.
bacon.
Eat me.
That's what he said.
Hey, Sauce.
Yes, sir.
I know we had a draft last night. The Wolves won last night. A lot of cool things going on.
Are we spinning the wheel of topics?
Nope, this is baseball trivia just for you because Chris has no chance, and honestly, Zach has no chance, and I would have had no chance. But you have a 10% chance. Unless you read it. If you read this, you have a 100% chance.
Does Mike Rossini have a chance?
Yeah. Does Bill Belichick Rossini have a chance?
The Brewers, I guess, faced Tarek Skubal yesterday.
Yeah.
They are scheduled to.
Isn't it Tarek?
I don't know how to say it. Isn't it Tarek Skubal? Oh, you can say it either way.
Oh, no. His real first name is Shelton.
What?
Shelton Rossini.
Oh, jeez. We just can't catch a break around here.
Jacques Lemaire Rossini. All these kids?
There's no doubt it's his kid.
Yeah. He's 105.
Yep. Somebody moved the puck through the zone, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Maybe once.
Anyway, sorry.
The Brewers are going to make semi-history.
He does like the press box.
He does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I see what you did there. They are taking on the Pirates tonight. Sauce?
Yes.
The Brewers would be just the second team ever to do what in consecutive games?
Because of who they're playing.
Yeah, that's a huge hint.
Would it be is it a Cy Young bit? They'd be the first team that would play the Cy Young winners of each league back to back.
Just the second team ever to face the reigning Cy Young Award winners in consecutive games.
Wow.
No, when you think about it, right? Because
That's crazy.
interleague play goes back to the, 90s? Is that when we started interleague play?
I mean, they stopped it for a while, though. They didn't always do it.
But let's just say 30 years of interleague play, give or take, right?
Yeah.
You have to have the two reigning Cy Young Award winners. Those teams have to play you back-to-back series. And you have to have one end the series and the next one start the next series.
Yeah.
So I guess this is just a scheduling stat. The crazy thing is it happened last year. It was the first time it's ever happened. Boston faced Skubal and Chris Sale in back-to-back games. And now it's going to happen this year, too.
Wow.
Like I said, worthless baseball stat, but baseball people like stats.
You weren't kidding. Interleague play in Major League Baseball began June 12th, 97. According to
almost
Google.
30.
That might be wrong, but
That sounds right.
Yeah.
The news is next. Marnie Gellner in like 20 minutes. Power Trip Morning Show fan.
I've seen roads sweat. Fan.
Bonus Bucks is back on KFAN. We have 9 chances for you to win $1,000 every weekday. That's every hour from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. To enter the keywords and learn more, head over to KFAN.com. Bonus Bucks is back, presented by BigDeck.com.
Oh.
Chris, I'm going to make you mad.
Oh, no.
I'm going to make you jealous and mad.
I like it. Go ahead.
You know, we just had 4 listeners come in, correct? You see these fine gentlemen behind me?
I see them. They're very attractive men.
Your mic's on.
One of them brought a gift for me. Just for me. Just for me.
A t-shirt like this.
I like
that is a t-shirt. Nope. And that looks awesome.
You see what it says?
I see meat sauce, and he's standing next to Graves.
I've let a lot of people
down
down
this
this
week.
week.
Yeah, that's
Brilliant,
fantastic.
brilliant.
Fantastic. It's a great present.
Oh, no.
Mine's better. Gave me a book. Now, you know, I ain't much of a reader. You can tell. I was just telling these guys, if you go to my office in my house, I have one bookshelf with books. It is 3 things. It is nothing but poker books, like 3 or 4, whatever it is, George Carlin books.
Yeah.
And the rest of them are books by
Chuck Klosterman.
all of Chuck Klosterman's books, right? That's all I got. Poker books, Carlin books, Klosterman books. You were listening to the latest Klosterman book, Football, right? That's the only one I have not purchased yet. I've just been lazy, so I don't have it.
It's okay to be lazy.
He just gave me the hardcover version.
Look at that.
Pretty cool, right?
Lucky.
Even better.
Don't even do it.
Even better.
Is it?
I start flipping through, and on page, 3 or 4, Corey, I appreciate your support over the years and your respect for Applebee's. Best, Chuck Klosterman.
Well, that ain't right.
Boom!
That's badass.
That's badass.
Wow, that's sweet.
And boy, do I love Mott Sticks half price after 9.
I can show you something. I haven't shown you this yet. I'm going to bring you something else over. You're having a banner week in the old Judd Nelson household.
I like that Chuck Klosterman knows that I like half price apps after 9.
Yeah, that's outstanding.
But who doesn't? Again, I have a recurring dream where I sing Wicked Game to a gal standing on the table at Applebee's.
You do too many drugs.
Getting Mott Sticks. I've had that dream multiple times. Multiple.
What else
I just
do you
like
have?
Chris Isaac, I guess.
I like gifts.
What is this?
Oh,
Do you know what this is?
yeah.
This says do not.
This feels like Christmas.
I know.
My gift's in the car. We'll get it after the show.
I heard about this. I heard about this. This
how
is
great is
nuts. This is more nuts than Chuck Klosterman, which is insane. This is
And that's real, by the way.
I know it is.
That is 100% real.
Like
Hold it up for the camera, please.
I'll turn it in a second. So this we just have one, correct?
Yeah, the only one, yeah.
I really feel like I should re-gift this to you know who.
I think you're 100% right.
Let me get the button right so the story can be
Voldemort,
told.
you mean?
Oh, good point. Yeah.
One of the all-time greatest movies, and it's not even close, is the 1991-ish
That's what
film.
we've said.
Home Alone?
No, Point Break,
Oh.
where Johnny Utah tries to stop
91.
a group of bank robbers known as the ex-presidents.
Yeah.
Now, Johnny Utah is played by Keanu Reeves, but Angelo Pappas is played by the great, the legendary
The one and only.
Gary Busey.
Hell yeah.
Give me 2.
And this is a photo of Gary Busey hanging out the window, Point Break. He's reading the paper.
Utah. Give me 2.
And it says, to the power trip, Utah, get me 2.
Yeah.
Really?
Signed by Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Wow.
It looks like it was written by a monkey.
It definitely looks like this looks like Louis' first homework.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Oh, Louis.
Oh, man.
Louis.
I
That's
don't
the abuse, man.
you know it's Gary Busey because not only it says to the power trip, Utah, get me 2, and then here's a signature, but then here's just a random marker line over here. That's Busey just giving it a test run.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks to our friends at Duluth Screen Printing.
If you had told me today I was going to get 2 autographs from people that I've loved for years, I would not have guessed Chuck Klosterman and Gary freaking Busey.
No. I think it just shows the randomness of this
Look at
show.
you.
Utah.
Give me 2.
Give me 2 autographs.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a
Utah.
website only where he sells autographed stuff.
Busey does?
Yeah, I think it's called like Buseyism or something like that.
Oh, my God.
Buseyism.
That's genius. Well, I mean, my guess is he's making money doing cameos, too.
Yeah,
Why not
oh,
just
yeah.
sell stuff?
Yeah.
Gary, it's called Buseyisms. Buseyisms. Busey-isms.
If you go on social media and look up Busey, he basically just makes donkey noises into the camera and just rants about God knows what.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was pissed about the Vikings draft, too.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Yeah.
Utah, give me 2.
Man,
If you were at
home
a
runs.
movie premiere, even a movie he was starring in right now, and he walked up to you, you'd say, get this homeless person away from me.
1,000%.
Gary, back
believe
up,
it.
please. Yeah. Yeah, please.
Doesn't even look
No.
anything like he did 30 years ago. No,
No.
people age, but
You
he
can-
looks like a separate person.
For some reason, you can buy an autographed picture of Gary Busey as each character in The Wizard of Oz.
No, hang on. If you're very young and you're listening to this show and you're like, I have no idea who Gary Busey is. He wasn't in The Wizard of Oz. That was
born.
1939.
Why is that existing in this
Well,
planet's
you know
world?
what? Gary's done a lot of coke.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
He had a bad motorcycle crash.
Utah, give me 2.
Oh, man. Now Tommy's really jealous. We get to meet Daniel and Taylor from Love is Blind, and I got an autographed Busey picture.
Yeah, you have to give that to him.
I don't know. I might have to trade him. We'll see what he's willing to give me, if you know what I mean.
Relax, because you don't even need to offer that picture.
What if I just keep it and frame it, and then in my will, I pass this down to Tommy Olsen?
Yeah.
That'd be very kind of you.
Can you imagine, like, at my funeral, somebody hands him an autographed picture of Busey and just goes, Corey really wanted you to have this.
Yeah.
And one small tear rolls down Tommy Olsen's face, and he's like, this is all I've ever wanted.
That's all I ever wanted.
Yeah.
I just wanted this picture in Schmoll, and that's
Wow.
it. Well, Tommy, I'm going to have to change my will this morning.
Yeah.
You're getting this.
By that point, him and Schmoller are an item.
Aw.
He might want this so much, he might have me murdered just to get this faster.
I don't. Maybe. Who knows with him?
That's pretty awesome. Yeah,
Pretty
thanks.
neat. Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Yeah, apparently Sean in Duluth sent me this, right?
Yeah.
Sean? Thanks to Sean.
It's
Pretty
the
cool,
Duluth
man.
Printing Company, I think, right? Isn't that what it says there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't say in here.
I hope
Happy
so.
birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, delayed birthday. Exactly.
Yeah, right.
To Gary?
No, to me. 2 days ago. Me and the
This
Earth.
is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
Thank you, St. Paul Saints. I'll be back on the 28th to play some baseball at CHS Field, saintsbaseball.com. Let's go have some fun at the ballpark.
Hell yeah, man.
My top story is you can buy an autographed picture of Gary Busey standing beside
Come on.
the word fart, and it says, feeling a rectal transmission.
What's wrong with Gary?
Lots.
Hey, can we go back to the photo that he actually sent me and autographed? Think if you're Gary Busey, sure, it's insane to sell pictures of yourself photoshopped on characters from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
It's also insane to take the picture from Point Break of you reading the paper.
Yeah.
Right? You stopped bank robbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the photo that you sell is you reading L.A. Life.
Yeah. Great magazine, right, Hawk?
Great. Yeah, we had Rise had a big write-up in there.
Did they really?
Nope.
Utah,
Jeez. Busey's the best.
Isn't that when he yells it, though?
That's what he's in the car when he says Utah,
right,
get me too, because they're outside waiting. They're pretty sure that that's the bank they're going to hit, so they're staking it out, and they get hungry. And they're like, whatever. And of course, he's reading the paper. He's reading like Hagar the Horrible or something, Marmaduke or something. I forget exactly which comic strip he's reading. And Johnny Utah's going to get him 2 sandwiches, and he's got his back to the bank. And sure enough, for broad daylight, the ex-presidents pull up front door, get out with masks and guns, and nobody seems to notice.
Yeah, Gary cares more about what the family circus is doing.
100%.
Yep.
Utah,
What's Garfield up
give me
to?
2.
He wanted 2 sandwiches.
And didn't Keanu say, it's 10:30?
Exactly. It's very early. But
Yeah.
Busey was hungry.
Yeah.
Feed the man.
Yeah, man, he ain't been asleep.
Yeah, that's the first time he's been hungry in weeks. All that devil's dandruff takes your appetite away.
Did you guys ever see the Buddy Holly movie?
No.
It's been a long time. But
Is
damn,
Gary in it?
He is Buddy Holly, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's damn fine. I believe he played and sang.
Really?
Yeah, I believe he did. That's like that was his coming out party.
Busey was also in your sister's favorite movie, or one of your sister's favorite.
Rookie of the Year,
He was Chet Stedman,
Yeah.
pitcher
How do
for
you know
the.
that?
I have a empty existence. Pitcher for the Chicago
Yeah.
Cubs in Rookie of the Year.
He was in Under Siege.
He sure was. He was
great
one of the
film.
bad
Yeah,
guys.
God, I love that film.
No, that was Erica Eleniak. He was one of the bad guys.
He was in one of
You're thinking
Hawk's favorite films from 2026, Downtown Bus.
No, that's just what he takes.
He just happened to be on the bus and they were filming a movie.
Yeah, Hawk loved him in Sharknado 4, The Fourth Awakens.
Yeah,
that was good, right, Hawk?
Yeah, sure was.
Yeah.
Sure was. Sure was.
He played himself multiple times in Entourage.
Did you see him in Succubus?
No.
All right, again, repeat take. Some Vikings fan that doesn't listen to the Power Trip or KFAN is like, I wonder what they think about Caleb Banks.
Right.
After this segment, they're going to turn it off. They're going to call one of their buddies and they're going to go, did you hear what the Power Trip said about Caleb Banks? No, they did 15 minutes on Busey's filmography.
Yeah. How can we not, though?
I know. It's legendary. He's won 7 Academy Awards. They were all for Point Break, but still, well-deserved. He won Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Screenplay.
He was in Black Sheep?
Yeah, he's the guy that, isn't he hunting down?
He's like the psycho that like lives in the woods.
Oh.
He's like the isolationist guy.
Yeah.
That they find in the woods. Great movie.
Hell of an actor.
Yeah, he's done it all.
He was in a movie in 2005 called The Gingerbread Man, where he played a killer gingerbread man.
You sound like you're
I'm
judging.
watching the trailer. It looks so
epic.
The blood gets in. His blood gets into the batter,
obviously,
and here he is about to show up. It's very Chucky-like because I think that happens in one.
So
of the
wait a
Chucky
minute. Is it just the voice of Busey?
He's in it.
Right.
He dies,
and then it's his voice the rest of the way.
Yeah, and then
that's
shows
really
up.
all you need.
Yeah. It was
how
the
did I miss
gingerbread man.
Piranha Double D?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
how,
you didn't miss
no.
it. You just forgotten it.
Come on, man. Anyway, that's the news.
Yeah, it was 3 Double D, right? Because it was supposed to be Piranha 3D, but they added the second D.
You nailed it. You remember?
Yeah.
Oh, he lives in
I promise you, we talked about that on this show.
yeah.
You were
So right.
very excited to see it.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gary Busey's trying to get into the studio right now. Can you hear him knocking?
Yeah. He hasn't grasped the concept of elevators yet. He's trying to drill his way through the ceiling. He'll be here in a couple hours.
Anyway.
He'll make his way up.
We got guests coming in, and we got sports to talk, and of course, we have a big Wolves win and a brand new Minnesota Vikings. So we should break and come back.
Yeah,
to
we'll do sports when we come back. Marnie should be here in a second. She can help us walk through the Wolves win. It was domination, honestly, for all 4 quarters. We were just the better team. It was awesome. And we do have a new Viking. His name is Caleb Banks. We'll talk about that. Sauce will do sports after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
Do you need heavy-duty equipment that
KFAN.
Join the Power Trip Morning Show up at Grandview Lodge April 30th and May 1st. Don't miss out on your shot to win great prizes, including a custom KFAN and Grandview co-branded golf bag, a tailor-made driver, and more. Oh, and did we mention a 2-night Grandview stay with food, golf, and a massage at their spa? Get all the details now at KFAN.com/Grandview.
Yeah, Grandview's the best. We're going to be there Thursday night and Friday morning. And we were just talking off the air again. Let's hope they don't. Let's just hope we crush. But if both series go to 6, our power trip thing next Thursday night, 7 to 9, when we're playing initials and giving away prizes and having fun, might accidentally be a dual watch party as well.
That'd be sweet.
Because game 6s will overlap.
Yeah, man.
So it could be really fun. We had the Wild On last year at the Grandview party.
Yeah.
I love Grandview.
Grandview's the best.
I love it. I love it. And they made me a big old giant birthday cake.
Yeah.
It's shaped like a muffin. It's right out there, and I want to eat the whole thing.
Crush it.
I'd like to, but I've been watching Sauce eat 85 donuts.
I had one. I've taken.
Oh, now you know what
bite.
I feel like. I had 1.5 cupcakes at your wedding, and you said I had 7.
7.
1.5.
He said that.
Fair. Can I show you guys one more bit that made me laugh during the break, and then we can move on with sports?
Yeah.
We have these fine listeners over here, right? Can you stand up, but don't turn your back yet? Sauce, what can we? How do we? Actually, you know what? Come over here.
Yeah, so
but don't let Sauce see.
Look, Wayne.
Stand right there so Zach can get you on camera. So look at the front of his shirt. Sauce, explain to the listeners who can't see him. What does the shirt say?
France. 13.
It's a France shirt, right, with the number 13.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Just a French shirt. It looks like it's maybe a soccer shirt or
Could be
something, right?
Soccer shirt.
right, yeah.
It's some random French athlete with the number 13.
Yeah.
Can you turn around and show him whose number is 13?
Brilliant.
Sea smoke.
Genius.
It's sea smoke.
That's so good. That's genius.
When Rosie said
That's
that he basically
brilliant.
watched the entire U.S. French basketball game in the Olympics,
Brilliant.
and
That's
I started saying, like, how are the French even
That is
hanging
so
with us?
brilliant.
Yeah, it's
I'm like,
so good.
They have Rudy Gobert, they have Vagar, Sea Smoke, Vermithor. I start naming.
Sea smoke.
I start
Genius.
naming the dragons from House of the Dragon, and Rosen never corrected me.
Not once.
I said freaking Sea Smoke, and he claimed he watched the whole game, and he never was like, who are these people you're naming?
You also
So the guy's got a Sea Smoke jersey from the French national team.
You also said the lead guy at Papa Roach went to the moon.
Yeah, Captain Jacoby Shaddix of Artemis 2.
I'm going to have to look into that.
God, he knows nothing.
Oh.
Anyway, see, again, that's why the Power Trip needs a merch store.
Yeah.
We should be selling
We should
that
be
shirt.
selling them.
We'd
Tina can do it.
We'd sell dozens of Sea Smoke jerseys.
At least dozens.
Dozens.
Yeah.
I'd wear a Sea Smoke
I
jersey.
could buy one.
Man, too good to be true.
Man.
God, I wish Rosie was here today.
On a Friday? Is Will Smith coming in?
No, Captain Jacoby Shaddix of Artemis 2 is going to be here later to talk about
Did
his.
they name a sandwich after him?
Oh, no.
All right, Sauce, you want to do some sports or what?
I'd love
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip.
Brought to you by those donuts.
Yes, they are outstanding. I've had one bite. Relax.
Sea
I
smoke.
watched you hammer one into your mouth and close doors because you don't like to have people watch you eat, but I get to watch you eat.
Yep.
And I didn't say one thing about you and your
Your
weird
dad watches
phobia.
me eat.
So you went into the
Papa?
closet and watched him hammer one into his mouth?
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
I said.
cream donut.
That's
Okay.
right. It's good, too. Let me tell you.
Sea smoke.
I know.
God,
No
my-
one.
He claimed he watched the whole game.
You also would tell him that girls you went to high school with were on the opposite Lynx, the team the Lynx
No,
were playing.
sometimes the Lynx.
Oh, yeah.
I would just say that was for like a decade straight. Every time I did a Lynx score, I would just say girls that I went to high school with. I mean, Joe Matson had 12 points. And he'd be like,
Yeah.
yep, never corrected me once.
No.
So I went next level and went Dragons from House of the Dragon, and he still didn't catch it.
He hates us.
Hates us.
Hates us.
You know who he loves?
Sea smoke.
Chef Giancarlo.
Yeah.
That's true, too,
Arrivederci, sea smoke.
Off
The
to
Vikings
Tuscany.
said arrivederci to Dylan Thiedemann, and they took Caleb Banks, a defensive tackle from Florida last night. He only played in 3 games last season, but in 2024, he was an absolute monster. He injured his foot at Florida and then broke it again at the combine when he heard a pop the night before his workout. He's 6'6".
That's a huge bitch.
327 pounds. He turned 23 in March. Your Vikings have picked 49, 82, and 97
Only if she's 5'3".
tonight. And here is a quick scouting report I got from somebody who might know a little bit about defensive tackle. He could be as powerful as Kevin Williams if he stays healthy.
So how is he? How is our friend from Texas?
He's great.
Good.
So yeah, that'll be great. So they have 3 picks tonight. Nordo and I are on from 6:30 all the way up until the Vikings pick at 97.
I haven't heard one person criticize the Caleb Banks pick by simply just saying he's not good.
Yeah, it's all injury.
Completely not. Yeah, right.
All of the criticism is this guy is a busted, tire, a flat tire, and it's just not going to work. So I haven't heard one person say, even if he was healthy, this is a massive reach. Nobody's saying that. It's just this is just not worth the injury risk. So again, the Vikings claim they did all their due diligence and they have the best doctors in the world and blah, 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 and maybe they're right.
And they're making it sound like he's broken his foot once a day for the last 12 years.
But it's happened multiple times, and it is the same foot. So they're worried that a guy that's 6'6", 327, that's a lot of weight on the same
that
foot.
Part of his foot.
Yeah, man.
Is there a way he could play without pushing that foot into the grass?
That's a good point.
What if he just hops on one foot? Is he that athletic?
Maybe.
He looks like it. I believe in him.
Do you guys want to hear a draft story that has nothing to do with the Vikings?
Nobody cares.
Man, you made it sound super good. Let's go.
Yesterday.
Does it involve Papa?
No, relax, please.
Great story.
Adam Schefter was on a podcast.
Oh, wow.
Talking about how in 2017, when the 49ers had like a top 5 pick, and it was the draft that Patrick Mahomes is in, they did zero research on him because they thought they were going to get Kirk Cousins the following season. They didn't even go see his pro day or anything like that. That was stupid.
Interesting. Did you hear the, I think it was Ian Rappaport, the Ian Rappaport Mekhi Lemon story?
That they had the wrong number?
No.
No, that was Jeremiah Love.
So,
So the
Steelers picked 21. And again, the draft was in Pittsburgh. They took something called Max Ihana.
Offensive lineman
not going to work here.
Arizona State.
Exactly. Don't know how to say his last name. Doesn't matter. He's a tackle. Right? Crowd couldn't have been more bored.
Yeah, I'd never heard of him
so
last night.
The story goes, though, that whoever was at pick 20 before the Eagles traded up, I don't know who it was. It doesn't matter. But that team, I guess.
Dallas.
Dallas had no interest in wide receiver. So I guess Pittsburgh is on the phone with Mekhi Lemon going, we're going to pick you, buddy. Right? And the crowd's going to go nuts.
He's there. Yeah,
right,
perfect.
You're next, right? So Dallas ain't taking him. So we're taking you. You're going to be a Steeler. Right? Draft party's going to go nuts. The Eagles trade up to 20. They're trying to call Mekhi Lemon to get a hold of him to say, we're taking you at pick 20. He's not answering because he's still on the phone with the Steelers talking to the Steelers brass because the Steelers are like so excited to have you be a Steeler.
How about that?
We're so pumped. So then what happens is the Eagles trade up, take Mekhi Lemon at 20, and it sounds like, if you listen to the Ian Rappaport story, that the Steelers are like, well, now what do we do? And they just threw a dart at Sea-Smoke and took some tackle from Arizona State and panicked. So I guess that's got to be an awkward conversation with this guy going like, yeah, we were not going to take you. We panicked and you were the next guy on our board, but we wanted Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah.
I guess that's what happened. I'm sure that happens more than we think, but think of the Eagles not being able to get a hold of him because he was on the phone still with the Steelers talking about how excited he was to go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's next level. Our friends are here. Daniel and Taylor and Marnie.
Well, I'll go through this and then we can. The Wolves smoked Denver 113-96 for a dominating Game 3 victory.
Dominated.
Your Wolves held Denver to 11 points in the first quarter. Jaden and Dante played one of their best games of the season. Your Wolves have a 2-1 game lead. Game 4 is tomorrow at 7:30. Denver is still a 2.5-point favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm on the other side now. We are the better team when we play like that. Iowa was so awesome last night.
Yeah. Who?
How does Rosie say it?
De sumo.
And
wrestler.
You can say it however you want. It doesn't really matter.
De sumo.
Look at who's
you
here.
can say it like that.
It's so weird to see people that you've only seen on TV and then they're standing behind you in the studio.
Yeah, big TV stars.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Tommy Olsen's so jacked.
Is he calling?
No, well, maybe later.
Do you want to come over here?
I'll come over there. Yeah.
Marty, you want to go? You want to stay? Okay, Marty's gonna stay over here with me because she doesn't like you guys anyway, and she's afraid of Donut Man.
Hi, Donut Man.
One. I'm not even gonna eat the whole thing now. I'm not even gonna eat it.
Self-conscious?
Yeah. I'll eat it. The Wild trail the Stars 2-1. Game 4 is tomorrow at 4:30 on this station.
All right.
All right. Should we break and talk Vikings and meet our new friends and
let's meet our friends
and go through everything and talk about what it's like to be a reality TV star and whatnot.
and find love.
Yeah, what's that like? Daniel Hastings, Taylor Hastings, Marnie Gellner, and more after this Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
From the 1-800 Ask Gary traffic
tests.
That's a great camera angle. Go back to that camera for a second.
Isn't that great?
That's awesome.
Wow. What is...
Well, you know, I mean...
Do those guys know they're on camera?
Hey, can you come back to the studio real quick? Look, Sauce, did you need the whole box of donuts?
Well, I don't want anyone else to eat them. I'm taking these home. Because all I do is eat, remember?
Corey, it's gotten to be ridiculous over here. You're going to have to take it from here.
I think he's doing great.
I think he is too.
That's the first time you ever said that.
Well, I didn't mean it.
Oh.
All right.
I'm sarcastic.
We have special guests. Straighten up.
Me?
Yeah, all of you. We have real guests in the studio.
Giant reality TV stars. They have giant social media followings. Tommy Olsen's maybe all-time favorite show is Love is Blind.
You couldn't be happy.
Daniel and Taylor from season 8, right? 8
Yes,
of Love is Blind. That's the Minneapolis one. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Very excited.
Tommy's super pumped. He might be calling in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Marnie Gellner, Daniel, Marnie,
Yes.
Marnie,
Yes.
Taylor,
We met
Taylor,
on the way
Marnie.
up.
Yes.
You just brought him in. You just assumed they
we
were
walked
who
in
they
at
said they
the
were.
exact same time, and I recognized them. As Hawk said when I brought them in their studio, they look exactly like they do in the show and online. I'm like, yeah, funny how that works.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
Giant.
I recognize
superstar
them
is a
right away.
Stretch, by the way.
You guys have huge followings, though. It's fun. Like,
Yeah.
Did you guys ever think when you applied to be on that show that not only would you guys obviously find love and it works out and blah, 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 but now you guys like have social media careers almost. You
Never in a
can
million
something
years.
to build off of.
No, I don't think I don't think either of us thought that. But I don't know. We try and have fun with it. It's a different normal for us now, but it's fun for the most part.
So
You do have very likable personalities, I will
you.
say. Like you're enjoyable people. Congrats.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
Is that from the show or from the elevator ride?
That's the elevator ride and a heavy stalking of Instagram last night.
Got it.
Yes. Yeah. Normal stuff for Marnie.
Yep. Just a casual Thursday night.
How surprised are you two that it actually worked?
Oh, very surprised.
It's shocking, right?
Yeah, I mean the fact they reached out to so many people to go on this show, and I almost didn't apply, and for whatever reason I did, and for whatever reason you applied, and out of 15,000 people, we were picked to go on, and then out of all the people on the show, we connected together, and it was like very obvious from the very beginning, which I was thankful for because some people get in love triangles and all this whatever drama that I just don't really care about. And so thankfully it worked out, and yeah, I still can't believe it.
So Taylor, can you tell us how the application process works? How did you get on the show?
So I got a DM from a casting producer to begin with, and when I opened it, to be honest, I was like, "Oh, I'm getting trafficked." Like I did not think
Right.
that it was legitimate.
Wow. Yeah.
To be honest, yeah, I'm like, there's no way this is
This
real.
is from an M. Rosen.
Yeah.
Daniel gets it.
Leave me alone,
I
Rosie.
listen.
Explain
For the
later.
8th time, no, Rosie, I'm not going to Manny's with you. Leave me alone.
So I didn't respond, and then I had a girlfriend reach out, and she was like, "What do you have to lose? Just submit your stuff." So I did, and sure enough, like every round. So it was a very extensive process, I will say that. Rigorous, some may say. There was psychological testing.
What kind of psychological testing?
We met with a psychologist one-on-one for like a
Questionnaire and
Yeah.
like an interview almost to see if we were like mentally stable enough to go on reality TV.
yep. And then
And somehow we passed.
Brilliant.
fake it till you make it.
Sometimes I feel like they want less mentally
That's a
stable
good
people
point. Yeah,
that
that's a
are
good point.
ratings.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Damn.
Yeah.
And there was also like a 4 to 5 hour assessment that we had to fill out online about like how our brain works and what we look for in a future partner and how we would handle certain life situations.
The
And
compatibility questionnaire. So
Yeah.
they actually, it felt like they really actually do care about people finding like their person, because this compatibility questionnaire was crazy. It was like 200 questions about everything about like your values and your morals and this and that and your upbringing and what you care about. And it was just like in a long questionnaire. And then they take all of that and try and like match people up, I guess, and hope that they find each other. So I don't know if that's what it was with us, but they seem to care.
Can you imagine if KFAN staff members filled out a 200 questionnaire about like our personalities? How quickly we would be rejected from a show like this?
I'd get to question 5 and quit.
Well, it'd take you an hour to get there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
You wouldn't have made it through the psychology thing. The therapist would throw you right out.
I know both of you are Minnesotans, but where are you from? Like, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Paynesville, kind of by St. Cloud.
Oh, no, yeah.
Tiny town. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I grew up in Maple Grove. So
In
pretty
the
close.
Grove, no kidding.
And how old are you, Daniel?
31.
31. I was just going to see if you overlapped with any of Chris's kids.
Yeah,
It sounds like-
Alex is 31.
So-
Did you go to Maple Grove
I
High
didn't
School?
I didn't go to Maple Grove High School.
well,
I
there
went to
you
a
go.
smaller school. But I
Okay.
played sports through Osseo Maple Grove.
No kidding.
Yep.
You know, I could have coached
OMG.
you in football.
OMG.
Yeah, you
Yes.
Pee Wee football coach over
Oh,
there,
yeah.
potentially.
Yep.
How long were you actually sequestered away during the show?
We filmed in LA for 2 weeks, and then we had a week where we went on a tropical getaway in Honduras, which was kind of cool. And then we came back to Minneapolis and filmed for 3 weeks, and then the wedding. So
6 weeks. start
6
to
weeks
finish.
total.
Jeez. All right. So maybe you've been asked this 1,000 times, but in that 6 weeks, when did you think, I think that other person is the one? Like, this might actually be real. How quickly out of the 6 weeks did that light bulb go on?
Very quickly.
Yeah, it was like day 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It sounds like on paper the timeline's insane, right? But when you're living it, it is. You can't compare it to anything else. Like 1 hour in there felt like a month. Like the amount of ground that we covered in such a short period of time, because we don't have our phones, we don't have TVs. Literally, all we're doing is talking to each other through a wall. We
Nightmare.
can't even look at each other. Yeah.
Right.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
It's like accelerated dating.
It
Like
is.
you're
Very
probably
much so.
getting the information in 1 hour that might take a normal couple a week or a month. Like
Yeah.
getting the topics that they're forcing you, or encouraging might be a better word, to talk about. Your finances, your religion, your beliefs, all that stuff. If you're in a natural dating situation, those topics don't naturally come up right away. It takes some time.
Yeah, it's very intentional because, you know, if you're there for the right reasons and not just to like be on a Netflix show, you're there to get married and find your person. So it's very intentional of like, I have to talk about this, because if we don't, then, you know, we only have such a limited amount of time to talk about my vulnerabilities and, you know, all these crazy things that I would probably never actually talk about in the dating world. So yeah, it's a cool concept. It really is. And when it works, I think it works really well.
So let's flip it for a second. How many days or how many hours before you had already crossed other people off your mind? Like, this ain't gonna work. She's out or he's out. You know what I'm saying? How did you narrow it down pretty quickly as well?
Yeah. So the first day you date everybody for 10 or 15 minutes. That was a fun, like the dating pods was a pretty fun time, I think, because you're just like having fun dating people. And then every day that goes on, you know, the list goes, you know, gets cut in half, and then the dates get longer. And so day one, you're basically axing half the people that you talk to, which, to be honest, was pretty easy, because it's like, you know, for me, for example, having kids was a big deal for me. Like that's a non-negotiable. So if there's someone there that didn't want kids, it was like, okay, that's fine, but you're just not going to be my person. And so put you at the bottom of the list for me.
Mm-hmm. I found the whole thing really interesting. And I'm trying to remember, because I'm old and my memory's not great, and it's been a while since I saw the show, obviously. But Daniel, am I right? And it seemed like, and the reason I'm asking this question is because I'm wondering how much creative editing took place. Because if I remember correctly, Daniel, they kind of made you kind of wishy-washy about the situation. Was that edited creatively to the point where that wasn't really the truth? Because I'm getting the idea it really wasn't.
No, it was not. I wasn't really wishy-washy. There's definitely an editing piece.
Yeah, right.
To this.
I will say, hold on.
Oh.
They would they would ask us like, what percentage are you going to say yes to Daniel on the wedding day? And I would always say 100%, and Daniel would say 99%.
Okay, hold on.
I can feel it. It came across.
What's happening?
Yikes.
So okay, the day of the wedding, they take our phones away. We're not in communication. We're separated. And the question was, to me, how confident are you that today's going to go the way that you think it's going to go? And the way that I thought it was going to go was that we were going to get married. But like, you're never 100% sure until it actually happens, at least in my mind. And so I was like, I'm as sure as I can be at 99%.
99.
I knew I was going to say yes, but I didn't know 100%. It was 90. I probably should have said 99.9%,
Right.
But
Yeah,
See, a man after my own heart. I
that
get
probably wouldn't help.
I get it. All right, let's see what's going on here. Line 10, good morning.
Oh, is he there? Hold on.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, Tommy.
Good
Hi, Tommy.
morning. Tommy Olsen, everybody.
Hey, gang. No, I was calling in, so I'm actually kind of curious too. When you guys first see each other, and like you feel like you know each other. Is it weird that you guys like kissed right away? Did you guys kiss right away?
That's a great question. Thank you for that. It didn't feel weird because you've built up such this like strong connection with this person that like that's like all you want to do. But like what was weirder
Probably
was
not all you want to do.
well, yeah, I mean,
My dad's listening.
So are Tommy's parents.
Tommy's parents are also embarrassed.
yeah. No, I mean the weirder part was like actually looking face to face and having a conversation that way. But yeah, no, it didn't feel weird, at least to me.
Seeing their voice come out of their mouth, that was strange. For
Yeah,
the
that was
first time.
weird.
Yeah.
Good question.
Oh, that's fantastic. No, that's so good. No, I was just calling in, you guys. I'm down in Bama for work, but I just was calling in to say good luck today.
Thank you.
I'm rooting for you.
We
That's
miss
sick. I'm jealous you get to play. But if you guys are bored tomorrow, not to make it all about me, if you're bored tomorrow at 11-1, turn on the Gopher spring game. You'll see your boy on the sidelines. It's going to be fun.
Are you
It'll
going to
be
be on the
great.
sidelines?
Yeah, I'm doing the sideline reporting tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Is it Big Ten Network?
Yeah, for the Big Ten. Isn't that sick?
That
It's gonna be fun.
Awesome.
There you
Wow.
go.
Look at you, Tommy.
Wow. Good for you, Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy, are they going
Well, you guys
to
want?
run like on 3rd and 6 a lot tomorrow?
I don't really care. It'll be a good dude scene.
All right. Thanks, Tio.
You need help.
Love you guys. Bye.
Thanks,
Tommy's
Tommy.
on a new show called Love is in the Closet.
With my brother.
How shocked are all of us that he didn't use the word French?
Oh,
Yeah,
God, he loves that word.
He does love that word.
He's a loving,
When you guys
loving
Frenched.
Yeah, he loves it.
Taylor, when you said it is strange to hear the voice coming out of the face because you haven't seen the face, before you guys actually saw each other for the first time, did you get to really and truly describe your looks?
So obviously you can talk about whatever you want when you're in the pods, but Daniel and I were like very intentional about not sharing any physical
At all.
attributes about ourselves. No.
I
At
think
all.
you start to like picture in your mind what you think this person looks like, but we stayed away from any like physical attributes.
It just defeats the whole purpose of the show. Like you're going there to find someone to marry, hopefully, based on who they are as a person rather than what they look like on the outside. So we really, really, really tried to stay away from it. And I'd say we did that.
Danielle Taylor from Love is Blind, our guest and studio to play initials today. What was, does anything come to mind immediately when I ask you, what was the biggest negative about meeting each other the way you did?
I will say probably being in the public eye. It has been a whirlwind. Daniel handles it much better than I do, but I do cry a lot. So it's just like
just in general.
Because people are mean
not
or
only
what?
not only are we newlyweds, but then we also have like the world deciding who we are based on an edited TV show.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, marriage is like difficult enough at times in general, I think, but to have millions of people give their input on what we should be doing or saying or how we should be looking or just like, I don't know, it makes it much harder. So I think while we're both very grateful for the way that we met and that we met, there's definitely a negative side sometimes to the public eye.
What about friends and family? Did you have anybody in your circle that was like, what are you doing here? Like, are you guys nuts?
Most people, I think.
Yeah.
At first.
What percentage of your friends and family thought you were doing it as kind of like a fun experiment, but maybe didn't think you were truly all in for marriage? And
probably
most?
all of them. Yeah.
I think most people thought, at least for me, it was like, okay, you'll go on, have a good experience. Maybe you'll find someone and like date after the fact. And that would be best case scenario for them. And that's kind of what I thought too, to be honest. It's like, oh, maybe like, oh, it'll be fine. I'll find someone. It'll be great. And then
She just picked up.
we have
dog hair.
we have a puppy and his dog hair is all over. So anyways.
When you approached your employer, were they like, wait, what are you doing? How long are you going to be? Like, did you have to take like a leave of absence?
We were only off work for 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. My nurse manager at the hospital was awesome. She was like, we'll figure it out, whatever you need to do. Kind of like a once in a lifetime opportunity. And then all the nurses I work with, shout out, they helped me cover any shifts that I was going to miss during those 3 weeks.
awesome.
And then
Yeah.
we jumped right back into work while we were filming in Minneapolis. So it was kind of like 2 full-time jobs at once. But
Yeah, that was brutal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Anything that they did on the show that made you angry as far as when you saw the final edit? Anything about the show that you were like, that sucks. I wish they hadn't done that, or that wasn't reality at all?
I think they left some big parts of our storyline out. So I was bummed with how the final edit turned out.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of really cool things that happened just in our conversations in the pods that they just didn't include. You know, it's like they decide to include some of the more dramatic parts of the show versus like maybe some of our more like wholesome parts, just because I think that's maybe what the audience is. But yeah, I mean, I think we were hoping for a little bit more on that side. Just it's cool to see it play out, like our whole love story play out in such like a cool production. And so I wish there was more to watch, but maybe that's selfish of us.
Yeah, maybe.
How different is it dating knowing that you are being recorded than when you are just out on a normal date when you know you're not being recorded with cameras and millions of people watching?
Unless you're Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini.
Yeah. You know what? Taylor's like, what?
Yeah, right. Just happy to be here.
Yeah. At first it was weird. At first, I mean, you're always kind of aware of the cameras. It's like, I don't really want to talk about that because my mom's going to watch it, or, like that kind of thing. But as you go on, you really kind of settle in and get more comfortable, and you're able to have like the conversations you need to have. And so at first it was a little weird, but it wasn't too bad.
The cameras are really well hidden and placed in
the
pods.
At least, yeah.
So like when we first started talking, it was you almost forgot they were there until you'd hear like the cameraman sneeze or open a bag of chips. But
It's creepy as hell
Talking
behind
about
a wall.
Very Rosen-like.
Rosen in the hell out of this.
biggest life regrets. And
How many couples in your season got married?
Just
Just
us.
us.
Just you guys.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
So how many
really.
people total like are on the show?
32.
Yeah.
32.
Yeah,
16
16
men.
guys, 16
And
girls.
only one actually worked out. Do you know of any other that people ended up even dating later?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
And they're still together or
Yeah.
not? Oh,
Yeah.
really? All right. So some connections were
Yeah.
made, but only one
sure.
marriage.
Yeah. And we have a ton of friendships too. Like we're so fortunate. Not only
Yeah.
do we have each other, but we have a lot of really good friends from it too. So
I'm going to assume the reason why they pick like a city is it would make no sense if you connect with somebody and somebody lives in it.
Right.
So it's like it almost forces you to have a chance because you're going to
Yeah.
be able to see each other when this is over regardless.
Right.
Interesting.
That was a big piece, because
But
if I had to move to like Texas or somewhere else, that would have been a big tough thing. Like that would have been tough to move away.
But in a weird way, it almost like it does kind of give you an out, because if it is one's in Seattle and one's in Tampa, you either have to go all in or not, right? But
Yeah.
living in the same city kind of gives you a let's just stay in touch and maybe we'll date down there. You know what I'm saying? Like it gives you the path to not get married on the show.
The out.
Because
Yeah.
you're gonna see him later and figure it out.
We almost came home in the middle of filming. Like we almost were like, let's just go back to Minneapolis and figure it out on our own without the cameras.
I'm sure they would have loved that.
Yeah.
I'm sure Netflix would have been thrilled that the one marriage was off camera.
Yeah, they would not have liked that. Yeah, I mean, we talked multiple times and like had the conversation of like, are we doing this? Are we getting married because we're on like the show, or are we doing this because we both feel that it's right for us, even though it's quick and it's like not it's a super unique way to like find each other. Are we doing this because it's right for us, or because we're on the show? We both felt that it was right for us, so we did it.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
For your jobs professionally, Daniel, you are in finance.
Yeah, I work in the equipment finance space.
Finance.
Finance, please.
Finance.
Yeah.
And Taylor, you're
I'm
a
a
nurse.
nurse.
And specifically, are you a colonoscopy
GI.
nurse?
Yeah.
GI.
Yep.
Have
you had yours?
I have. Thank you.
This
Yes.
morning she actually had it. Right
Wow, darn.
Yeah, it's fun.
I just do them on the weekends. Yeah, for a good time. Have you had some interesting conversations with patients specifically because of your job?
Yeah.
When they have recognized you?
Yeah, I think, but it's been like a really fun distraction. No one's ever excited to come in for a colonoscopy. So it's like an exciting, I don't know, especially like if they're scared of the IV start or whatever it is, I'll be like, listen to this. Like I met my husband and got married on this TV show, and it's just been like a light in that space, I think. And everyone is always like excited to ask questions and talk about it, but it's happening like less and less as when the show first came out. But
You've done some cool things to like bring awareness to like that.
yeah, it's
world,
been
too.
awesome. Like, and then in my comment sections talking about colorectal cancer awareness, there's like survivors who are meeting freshly diagnosed patients with colon cancer. And so there's like a community growing, and it's been really, really rewarding. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, one time on initials, the initials were BD, and I
Butt
guess
doctor.
Butt doctor.
We listened to that.
We listened to that one.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's the one.
Thank
Butt
you.
doctor.
Big fan of your work, Marty.
Butt doctor.
Butt
It's one of my
doctor.
bright, shining moments. Thank you very much.
All right, let's come back. We'll do Fan 5. We'll talk about the Wolves and the Vikings draft. We'll get to know Taylor and Daniel more. And then again, Daniel's heard the show. You listen a lot. You've listened to initials. Taylor, sounds like you've listened to enough to know how the game works.
Yep.
Are you guys competitive by nature too?
Yeah, very competitive.
Okay. Do we
I get
both
the
feel?
idea, yeah.
Do we both feel confident that we can
I
beat
do.
the other one today?
I wouldn't say confident
Okay.
is the word,
Oh.
but
We're both going to have fun.
Love it. All right, more with Daniel Taylor and Marnie Gellner after this on the Fan.
From the 1-800 Gary Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Maury's Auto Group.
Good morning. We have delays on 494 westbound from 35W to Highway 100.
going up north with the Power Trip next week. Grandview Lodge, April 30th and May 1st. Join us Thursday night for fun, prizes, maybe a watch party. Then tune in Friday morning for the live broadcast and initials game. Book your stay today at KFAN.com, keyword Grandview.
Only kind of watch I got is an Apple Watch. I hope that's okay. Let me tell you something. I am definitely going to use the massage parlor at Grandview. I love it. I love it. And they have a sauna, and I love saunas.
You love saunas and massages.
I do.
And donuts.
And donuts. And I love that
Matador's
Italian place, which is right beside the Italian place is right beside the sauna.
Mm-hmm.
I love that place. Right?
Yeah.
Matt gets it.
Matt gets it. Of course he gets it.
So, yeah, we're going to be at Grandview, 6 days from now?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I might go there tomorrow and just stay the whole time.
You should. Stay for a week.
I think I should.
But, yeah, come up and hang with us, party with us, and then stay with us.
Yeah.
If you want. Why not?
Yeah.
Next Thursday night at Grandview, next Friday morning at Grandview as well. Live broadcast.
Can I say something real quick? Because our guests aren't back in the studio
Sure.
yet anyway. Sauce sold me a bill of goods. You made it sound like Caleb Banks has broken his foot 15 times. He's only broken it twice.
Only twice?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot. I've never broken my foot, but it's not like 4 times.
No.
He broke it during a football game, which happens, right? And then he broke it during the scouting combine, the metatarsal. I don't know if it was even the same bone.
No, but it's the same foot.
Well, yeah.
No,
if you broke a pinky finger and a pointer finger, would you say, well, it's on the same hand?
The only difference is a pinky finger and a pointer finger don't have 327 pounds on top of it.
Well said.
You know what I'm saying? Because that is a huge, you know what.
It does. Yeah. Never mind. When sauce lays on it.
Oh, that's a huge bitch.
I said 327, not.
Oh, come on. I'm not that.
No, you look good. I told you,
you look
skinny
great
today. You look real good.
No, have another donut.
Yeah.
I'm not. I had one, and
He's
I
on a
ate
new
it
show
over.
You
called-
had 7.
He's on a new show called Love is Hungry.
That was the best yesterday. We had all that barbecue, and Sauce was going out into the hallway, and Parker just goes, he looks hungry.
I was hungry.
Yeah, you were. You went for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, true story. All right, Daniel Hastings, Taylor Hastings from Love is Blind Season 8. You guys are here. Marnie Gellner is here. Hi, Marnie. How are you? Good morning.
Yep, great. Hi.
All right, should we do a quick fan 5 and go
have
around?
to.
We got big day of sports, right?
Big day
it's
of
not all
sports.
about love and marriage and Netflix and reality TV shows.
Right.
It's sports. Let's go.
It's time for Fan 5
right.
on the Power Trip. Brought to you by the St. Paul Saints.
SaintsBaseball.com.
Thanks, Saints.
They'll be back on the 28th. Let's get down to CHS Field. Let's love some baseball times.
If you guys have strong takes, jump in at any point.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Or
Please.
even if you have weak takes, we don't care. We're not smart
Doesn't
either.
matter. Make stuff up. That's what I do.
Marnes, the Minnesota Timberwolves dominated for 4 quarters last night. They win Game 3, 113-96. There were times that it was not even close to that close. I think at one point it was a 27-point lead, or give or take. The Wolves take a 2-1 series lead. They did 2 things crazy to Denver. They held them to 11 points in the first quarter. SI said that was the all-time low for a Wolves postseason quarter, holding a team to just 11. They also held Denver to a season-low 34% from the field. So, again, if you watch the defense, Jaden, Io, Dante, and Rudy specifically, those 4.
Incredible. Yeah.
Incredible defense. Smothering defense, frustrating for the Nuggets. Joker looked very pissed off, even though he had 27 points, but it looked like he had 10. He was so mad.
Yeah, he had 27 points, but he was 7 of 26. 7 of 26 from the floor and 2 of 10 from 3. And I would say anytime you can force Joker to even have to shoot 10 3-pointers, we will take that. It was complete domination, and it never let up. It was relentless start to finish, and Denver was absolutely flustered and frustrated, and it looked like the Wolves have grabbed this series by the throat. It went from game 1 looking like, we could be in serious trouble, to Wolves are in the driver's seat and in complete control. And we may not lose another game in this series. Daniel, your thoughts?
I love seeing Ant on the bench, and we're still up by 20 points.
We don't even need him.
No, because, I mean, I don't know.
We didn't need him in that moment. Let me
in
just
that moment. Yeah, in that moment, I don't know. But for these long series, I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, there was foul. He had foul trouble, right? There was that 1 second where the broadcast thought he had fouled out because they thought the previous foul was on Ant.
Yeah, Candace Parker called his 6th foul.
Exactly. So all of us for a second were like, did he just foul out with like 9 minutes to go? But it didn't feel like it mattered.
Yeah,
because he was such a small factor because everybody else was killing it.
I will say Ant might have been the only player, which is shocking to say, who looked like he hadn't raised his game yet. He hadn't raised his intensity. McDaniels, Randall, Gobert, DiVincenzo, DeSumo. I mean, They looked just phenomenal. Shot out of a cannon, start to finish, relentless, no let up. Ant didn't quite have that level, and maybe he didn't need it in that game, and that's yet to come. But to win a game with that domination and to be able to say that, again, incredible. It's the words escape me because it was it looked like not a 1-8, it looked like a 1-16. It looked like the first round of a women's NCAA tournament. There was such a mismatch. And Aaron Gordon was out. And if Aaron Gordon plays the rest of the series, it looks different for Denver. Of course it does. But the way, even the reaction of David Adelman on the sidelines in the first quarter, where he was like, holy S. You could just see it in his face. Calling timeouts, walking onto the court to call his timeouts. Like the level of concern and frustration was more than just the numbers on the score. Daniel, any thoughts?
Yeah, thank you. I don't know. As a Minnesota sports fan, like now is about the time where I get emotionally invested, and so I need to be careful. But they looked great. They looked really great all around. Like coming from the bench, they were great. The starters were great. Like in moments where Denver started to maybe chip away at the lead, they just said like, "Nope, sorry, we're just going to keep going."
We're in now, buddy.
So I know
We're in now with the heart.
We're in it. Yep.
No, the only time I got dicey was when we basically stopped driving and start just jacking up lazy threes. And even the broadcast was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And then Jaden and Io specifically were just like, no, we can just drive on these guys all day. Back to Jaden not thinking they're good defenders. Io had 25 points. I bet, 20 of those plus were just layups.
Yeah,
right?
because Denver's all bad defenders.
I guess they're just all bad defenders. He blew by everybody. Man, I had never heard of Io DeSumo until the trade. He's awesome.
He's a great player.
He's like Dante on steroids, right? He can do everything.
The burner version that he has of speed that can come, he can just like be at the 3-point line and get past a defender, and in the span of about 4 feet, the burner that it's the speed is it's so weird to see it come out of a human, but the burst is crazy.
His post-game interview last night where he was basically saying like, look, I wanted to be in the postseason, so I don't want to take this for granted. Like he was wasting his time on the Bulls. He's happy to be here.
He was 10 of 15 and then Bones hit a couple of threes so we could all do this. And God, it just was so much fun.
Hell yeah.
I took a nap during the day so I was fresh for the game.
And Sauce, you bet Lieber this team was getting swept.
Yeah, and then yesterday I should have bet Lieber that there would be more than 1.5 trades in the NFL draft. I made that mistake. But scared money doesn't make money.
Amen.
That's a great point.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Amen.
That is true.
Preach.
Gambling.
I love gambling. Do you guys like gambling?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I dabble.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Same.
Yeah.
What's your game?
Yeah.
Just let me know. Anytime you need someone to just partake, you just give me a call.
Done.
Do you want to partake in our golf bet?
What's my game?
Marnie wants to know your game.
Yep.
At a casino or
Sure.
Blackjack?
Oh, blackjack. Okay.
Yeah.
You
I'm not
like
as
the
big of a
slots, too.
slots. I'm not as big of a poker player, but I could be.
Would Taylor come as well?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The
Taylor's
slot
a
machines tell
slot
me which
girl.
one to come to.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you and Chris are going to be fast friends. I'll teach Daniel the ropes on poker. I'll teach him how to lose money.
And as we learned
Thank
in
you.
the show, she loves Christmas hawk.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
see, that's what I'm saying. It's my
We both-
birthday. We'll find the Buffalo machines.
Yeah.
We'll rake in the cash.
Just
We're
whichever
big-
one
we're
has the
big Christmas people.
cutest graphics, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Plays the music.
Arguably your top 3 things: Christmas, slot machines, and colonoscopies.
Let's go.
Like, this is your holy trinity.
It's meant to be.
You nailed it, man.
Literally.
Man,
Nice.
Brilliant, Zach.
That's fun.
that's pretty close. The other big news from yesterday, of course, the Vikings didn't move.
Let's go.
They stayed at 18. They took Caleb Banks, very polarizing pick out of Florida. Polarizing because of injuries. Like we've hammered for 3.5 hours. It's not his talent. It's whether or not he's going to be able to hold up. The Vikings are confident that he will. Time will tell. He had surgery in March on a broken foot. It's the same foot he has broken a couple of times. Multiple injuries led to just 3 games in 2025. Sauce nailed it earlier. If you watch his highlight film, he looks like an unstoppable force. But that's when he's on the field. have to be on the field to play football. That's most of the game. It's actually all of the game. Have to be out there, Martins.
I think you're right.
I could break my foot and sit on the sidelines. They're not going to pay me millions of dollars to do that. I don't think.
Be sweet though.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Anyway, so yeah, we'll have it covered all day here on The Fan. Again, people, the fans are pissed. Like if you look at social media, the critics don't like the pick. They say it's a reach and it's a gamble. The fans don't like the pick. They say it's a reach and a gamble. But if it works, everybody that says his talent level is like top 5 to 10 worthy, and he's the real deal. But
The Vikings seem to like the pick.
They love him.
Matters, yeah.
I saw someone post a full grading scale of every team and their draft of the first round, and everyone was A, B, or C, and the Vikings were the only D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of these people don't know what they're talking about. at
Sure,
all,
nobody
but,
does.
you
It's
know.
all a gamble.
Did you see the somebody posted the highlight reel of like last 10 or 15 years, like groups of fans reacting to like Hall of Fame level players getting drafted by their teams, but at the time they hated him. Like the guy from the Chiefs that was like super pissed. He's like, when they drafted Mahomes, like, what are we doing? I'm never going to win a Super Bowl in my lifetime. Like, the Josh Allen guys that were just like throwing their hats because the Bills drafted Josh Allen. I'm like, God. So it's like nobody knows. What are we doing? We'll see.
What are we doing?
I'm
Time
excited.
will tell.
I'm just ready for football season. I don't care.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. Preseason football.
Daniel,
first,
what's your
though.
favorite sport?
Football.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's do
Skull
this.
Lakes.
Yeah. You didn't play elementary school football at Rush Creek in Maple Grove, did you?
I did not.
Very
no.
specific.
Yeah, I might have been his coach. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay.
Just in case.
Yeah, it's
No,
crazy.
I would have remembered.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah, because I had that kind of an impact on the kids I was coaching.
Hey, one last Love is Blind / Netflix question. Like, what's next for you guys? Because, again, you have like 500,000 Instagram followers. Daniel, you're like 250, 300 range, something. You guys have a ton of social media followers. Like, what can you do with this outside of your normal careers? Like, what's next?
That's a good question.
Or is that still undetermined?
I think we're open to what's next. I don't know. I mean, we've talked about like we would love to do something like Amazing Race or another type of show, like competitive wise together. But otherwise, I don't know. Like the colorectal cancer has been huge on my social media, and I've had a few people reach out that have gotten diagnosed because they've heard me talk about it.
Oh, wow, cool.
So for me, that's been really big.
Yeah, I mean, there's opportunities that kind of come across our path pretty often, and it's just which partnerships do we want to move forward with, and is this something we want to do long term? And if it's not, then what? But I don't know. We're still kind of in the discovery mode. I don't know if we want that to be our full personality.
Right. And you guys already have careers, so you might not want to live in the public eye, right? You've had enough of that, maybe.
But you guys, I don't want to name names, but we've seen this in the last couple of days even, people that we might know that just get sent stuff constantly, hoping that you and your followers, like, do you ever just get sent giant bags of dog food? Like, hey, post about our dog food.
Every day.
Yeah.
You get free stuff all the time?
Yeah, all the time.
That's awesome.
Lucky.
That's cool.
Yeah. That is like, it's very it's very fun. Like,
I like dog food.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Those are donuts, Paul.
Yeah. No, we get a lot of random stuff, and like, yeah, that's a cool part of it. So there are definitely perks, and we do have fun with it.
Yeah.
So back to Amazing Race for a second. Like, now that you're on the reality TV star map, like, do you have to seek those opportunities, or would theoretically a show be like, I wonder if that couple would be an interesting choice for us? Do they find you, or do you find
I think
them?
it's a little of both, probably.
Yeah, we would have to go through the application process, but I think it helps that they know who we are. Our agency would probably get involved and handle that a little bit.
And that's when your show's, social media kicks in, right? Like, you have a lot of ways to push a new show.
Yeah.
You have big fan bases.
Yeah,
now.
it just depends, I think, on like what the show is hoping to get for that specific season. So like some seasons might be like, oh, well, reality TV people doing Amazing Race, or sometimes they just want like not people that aren't in the public eye to do it. So it just depends.
And I know that there was some controversy regarding this, but that's not what I'm getting at here. I played multiple shows in Painesville, right behind the fire department there, on the skating rink right there. So I know that it's not that far from Maple Grove. Is there any chance at all that you guys ever crossed paths and didn't know it in your past lives?
It's possible.
Yeah, we have mutuals.
Oh, no kidding.
But I lived in Mendota Heights at the time when we were filming, and Daniel was in Minneapolis. honestly, I didn't really come to Minneapolis or St. Paul a whole lot.
I
was
definitely
a
didn't
burb.
go to Mendota Heights.
Yeah. And then on the dating apps, like I never dated anyone younger than me, and Daniel never dated anyone older than him. So our algorithm was just not set up to.
Yeah, it's possible, but
that way.
I really don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the age gap? Like 15, 20 years?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
We'll see you later.
What is a butthole?
Wow.
Throws the headphones.
Yeah.
She's out of here.
It's my bed.
We're going to the casino. Screw
Yeah,
you.
let's go to the casino and find the cool machine.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to
Did
go
you
with.
did you ever go to Malone's in Maple Grove and get waffle fries? Maybe you saw Daniel there.
We do
They
frequently.
do have great waffle fries.
Oh, it's
Great
the best
spot.
in the world.
They're the
man.
best.
Seasoned sour cream.
Oh my gosh.
Seasoned
We might go there
sour
today.
Buffalo chicken wrap.
Oh, so
Are
good.
you
Yeah.
inviting us to lunch? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Hawk will buy.
Marnie's never been there. She's not a North Sider.
Really?
Oh, she doesn't know what
I-
Malone's
yeah.
is.
I'm not against it, to be clear.
You're pro waffle fries,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Okay,
Has
good.
Marnie
Yeah.
invited you to use her backdoor toilet?
No.
That sounds weird. Her
Backyard.
Unfortunately, no, not yet.
Backyard.
Enough about colonoscopies.
backyard.
I meant backyard. Not
Back
backdoor.
door.
My apologies.
You need help.
I need a nap.
See, Taylor, you're missing nothing. The show's stupid.
I was at the GNS dinner theater until 11 last night. I'm sorry. I'm
It
sleeping.
shows.
Watching the draft.
Yeah.
What if this ends the marriage? What if they drive home and Taylor's like, "You like this show? Why would you listen to this? This
To the
is
show
terrible."
every single day.
Jesus. All right. When we come back, initials game 625. Daniel and Taylor make their initials debuts. And one listener gets a shot at $114,500 with the St. Paul Federal Credit Union. Initials jackpot.